Good evening, good morrow, and good day, and welcome to another edition of Slice and Dice here with the Manylands campaign. So today is session 17. I was just asking around for announcements for today before we start. I've got a couple, but first one actually, it's a very good point from Dan, is it's Monday. It sucks. Apart from this is great. So yeah, hopefully, like us, this will get you through your Monday evening. Or morning if you're watching us in America, because there are a few. Anyway, so announcements before we start today. So last week was our Halloween stream. I say last week, it actually came out on Thursday on Halloween itself. That's all up on our YouTube channel now for you to watch. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, you can find it. There's a link on our Twitch page right at the bottom. Just click on the picture that says catch up, and it'll take you straight to our YouTube channel where you can subscribe from there. Also, it'll be up on our Twitch channel for the next week and a bit, and you'll be able to see the entirety of the chat on Twitch as well, which obviously you can't see on YouTube. But if you're watching us live on Twitch, that means that you can see our D&D Beyond Twitch extension, which means that you can look at all of our guys' stats and all of their interesting backstories and so on, and see what else fun stuff they have going on behind the scenes, which we may not touch on in every session. Okay, so be sure to check that out. In terms of announcements from me, first of all, there's a little podcast that I had the pleasure of doing a bit of voice acting on the other week, and it went live, which is on the Ragged Scratch podcast. I did a little piece that was called Settling the Score. It was really good fun to do, about a man who goes to a gun shop because he wants to kill his wife and his wife's lover. So a cheery subject, but it's actually a kind of black comedy. Yeah! Check that out. So find Ragged Foils on all social media. They're also on Podbean. That's where you'll find the podcast, so check that out. And then finally, and most importantly, and so important in fact, I'm going to bring everyone in for this one. We're going to be announcing the winner of our first ever giveaway here on the channel. So you may remember over the last couple of weeks we've been talking about badges, free badges, courtesy of the Adventurers Gift Shop, our friends from there. There's a set of 3 badges to be won, which Marta until now was proudly displaying the one that said the DM killed my character and all I got was this lousy badge. But as the competition is over, so has the usefulness of Marta, so she's not here.
We don't all subscribe to that. Yeah. Representative from the people who have to sit next to her. Disavow.
You know, she doesn't actually catch fire when she's at the table.
It's only a matter of time, dude.
She's like,
only a matter of time.
One in America, she's like, you know what? Couldn't see this morning. I'm going to watch tonight. First 5 minutes.
She's gonna be that.
She's like, nah,
huge slam on the back.
Fuck you, Jack. You're on the list.
So Marta's going to be missing, in fact, for the rest of November, but that's not a problem because we've, in her stead, got some guest stars coming, the first of which will be coming in next week. Anyway, so it's time to announce the winner of our competition. So without any further ado, the winner, yes, let's have some drum roll. First ever giveaway for a set of 3 badges from the Adventurers Gift Shop goes to Crying Zombie.
Way!
That's
Crying
Gina,
Zombie.
Crying
Cry
Zombie.
no longer!
I bribed you for nothing. I thought I was
Cheerful zombie.
You automatically were disqualified. Straight away I went, I don't like him. He's out. No, I'm just kidding.
You're on a mean turn today. That's 2 players.
I'm just scolding the players. It's the whole treat the mean, keep them keen. Could be Stockholm Syndrome. I don't know.
Let him get it out now, you know.
Anyway, so congratulations to Crying Zombie. If you can get in touch
happy
with us,
as he is now called.
You can private message us, whisper to us on Twitch, or I believe her name is Gina from before I did some research. We'll please contact us. We'll give you a direct message over social media. We had a lot of entries on Twitter. I don't know what happened. We had like 40 entries on Twitter. It went mental. Yeah.
Represent.
It was great.
So
thank you all for entering the competition. And as I've said earlier, there will be other giveaways. This was our very first one, and I think we've been bitten by by the bug. So we're going to be doing more of them very soon. So keep an eye on here. I'll let you know when our next giveaway
So many notes with my
happens.
hands paralysed.
Congratulations to you. So that concludes our announcements. I should say concludes our
You put 35
points of order.
Put your 35 entries under your own name, and you still don't win.
It's weird. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, thank you all for entering the competition. More competition soon. For now, though, let's get away from competing and into cooperative adventuring as we're going to start today's session of Slice and Dice.
Thank you.
And we are back, just reeling from our popularity on Twitter there. That was crazy. So folks, last time during the Halloween stream, which we all dressed up, but within the world of the game, that wouldn't have happened. But you finally managed to leave Flaming Jack's Bar and Grill.
At the session, the characters are naked.
Yeah, they just don't wear clothes. so you guys finally, after defeating the Rat King and after something's maybe going slightly awry in your plans, with a medallion in hand for Seth, you leave finally from the inn.
Medallion in hand, that's what he said.
I don't know I have it.
Yeah, he's still got it. Before leaving, though, you had some other business which would have taken you elsewhere, but what was most pressing was getting to Hillburg, which you've been talked about for some time, and you've been meaning to meet the dwarves Tinin and Turin there to pursue some leads as to the disappearance of the Lady Helaine Grenforth, who you've gathered has been turned to stone by a basilisk. So you're getting hot on the heels of that now. But some other business may have kept you from the skull, and so Seth decided to hire Grunt, the bouncer from the bar, to go back to the basilisk cave, take the items required by Seth's contract and deliver them to his contacts on the ship, the Knight's Teacher, which is currently in port in Calas, which is quite some way away. So you've sent Grunt on that mission, and he's asked his newfound friend Elenia Matiz to go with him so that he may copy spells from her grandmother's spellbook. It's all worked out quite nicely for them, I think. So while they went off in that direction, you guys left towards Hillburg, leaving Callie Shallows, who didn't actually appear while you were there, to head back to Halfreach with a mission of her own to go and collect Seth's hat, sword and jacket, which she hesitantly, but after being bribed with some gold, decided to do. While the rest of you start heading towards Hillburg, en route you came across a tent, and it turned out it was the tent belonging to a paladin of the Order of the Broken Fang by the name of Rexlan Shortclaw, who happened upon you guys as you were being attacked by a group of giant spiders, the poison of which caused both Seth and Fleeting Look to be paralysed. Fortunately, Fleeting Look was restored using Malar's Lesser Restoration spell instantaneously, but he did not have enough magical essence to do the same for Seth. Allegedly didn't have enough. Sorry. No, he decided that it would be best not to.
It says here, did not have the spell something.
And so, yeah, you decided to conserve your spells for the day. And instead, Fleeting Look decided to carry the paralysed Seth for up to an hour. Well, honestly, you had a great time, Dan.
That's such a great surprise.
I thought you'd enjoy that. Before doing so, from talking to Rexlan, it turns out that he was trying to get into Flaming Jack's, but wasn't being allowed in, being a Dragonborn, and having a problem with his identification papers. He wasn't being let in, but since you've now sent the bouncer away on another errand, it means the way is now clear for him to enter and meet his contact. A contact that Malarth knows full well through happenstance is a lady called Giselle Shepherd, been wanting to meet him at Flaming Jack's, and she herself had come from Hillburg, where you guys are now heading. Upon arrival there, just outside the town's gates, you noticed in the fields a bit of a haunting sight. There was some sheep grazing in the field alongside some mutilated and dead sheep that's just been sort of left intermittently around the field, and a farmer looking forlornly watching over the rest of the flock. Upon entering the gates, the gate guard, it turns out, is familiar to one of you, for it is actually Brucon's cousin, Otto Whalen Rumbleguts, who's your essentially half-cousin, I guess, who was actually quite helpful to you, offered to stable up one of your, the only horse you now have left, and also pointed you guys in the direction of Summerfall Carpentry, as that is a good place for a group of adventurers who were looking to transport a statue to go to. And in fact, it turns out that Brynland Summerfall, aka Neris's uncle, also owns the carpentry, so you had many reasons to go there. But some of you also had business at the Trickle Inn, so Malar and Fleeting Look went there to deliver a letter, while the rest of you went to finally have Neris be united with her uncle and auntie, who she'd never met up until this point. She goes in. It's a very relieving, but also a rather somber moment for some of you, as you feel that perhaps this will be the time that Neris may break from the party altogether and go off on her own. She's now set out she's done what she set out to do and reunited with her family. So the rest of you, after letting her go, then head back to the inn so that she may say a temporary we hope goodbye to all of you guys.
I feel like if we don't pay attention, you're just like Thursday. It's going to be a Neris spin-off show where she streams in from America.
There's Neris.
Maybe. Meanwhile, the rest of you go back into the inn, where Malar and Fleeting Look deliver a letter to Henlath, the half-elven barmaid, who apparently has a letter that's been written to her from Greenblade, the ranger that had been watching the forest with you guys some time ago. She didn't look best pleased to hear his name, and in fact looked quite guiltily over to her husband behind the bar, and you made the assumption that perhaps there was something going on between those two, or at least had been at some time, and she was a bit coy in giving away what exactly had gone on, only that something to do with unrequited love. And at that point, the rest of you came back to the inn. You are currently all sat round a table with a drink, and that's where we're going to start things up today. So, what would you like to do? I was going to say ladies, gentlemen, what would you like to do?
Drink. Let's get crunk.
So while we are having a drink, Malar is going to pull out the lantern that was acquired some time ago in the cave, and he's just going to try and understand that for the duration of whatever we do at this table.
Okay.
Can we take a general look around the bar and see if Tina and Turin happen stuff?
You can make a perception check, which you can. In terms of the lantern, having a look at it, you realise that you'll need some oil to get it lit. You, even through your just religious training, you've come across some minor magical items before, and there seems to be something arcane about this, but you know that from examining it, until it's lit, you won't know what it does.
If you roll perception lower than your passive, are you able to use your passive?
No. Different kind of check.
But 13 then.
13, okay. Looking around the bar, there is one congregation of dwarves in one corner of the...
When I was last week, they're not the same dwarf, Jack.
There is a congregation of dwarves, all very individual and different, but they're all, there's a large group of them.
Definitely not in any way interchangeable, generated by random dice rolls.
Exactly. Some of which
All look the same.
Some of which we seem to be wearing some burlap robes, are all gathered in the corner, sort of to the left rear of the inn.
Not Tina and Turin.
From here, you can't tell if either of them are Tina and Turin. But you would know if they were wearing their full armour if it was them. But from here, you can't really tell. It's quite a busy bar. There's quite a lot going on. Without going over there and talking to them, you wouldn't know.
Not talking to them.
Talking to them and observing them closely, you wouldn't know.
Seth, you're really racist. This is
Racist.
You know nothing.
You watched The Hobbit and were like, why are all the dwarves the same?
Why can't I keep track of all their
Last
names?
week.
Very much enjoyed those films.
But yeah, so I'm going to go up and going to just walk past, see if I can tell if it's any of them.
Sure.
I mean, I've
Okay.
seen them. I know what they look like.
Yes, you do know what they look
Go
like. You know what they
closer.
smell like. You know a lot about those two. You spent some time with them, for better or worse.
Cool. I'm going to rely on sight for
Alright,
this.
because he has advantage on smell. That's
But
worth
I'm going to rely on
noting.
sight.
Okay.
I'm going to walk up and see if I can see them.
As soon as you walk over to the table, you see that there's a group of maybe a dozen dwarves all gathered around a couple of tables and push them all together. And upon seeing you come over, they all kind of look away. But there is one who continues looking up at you. Oi.
Aye.
And you see, looking back at you, the triple-plaited red beard of Teenan.
Tina, and history check. 10. Is that the one I hate?
Yeah.
But how do you know? How do you tell the difference?
Well, you took your time getting here, didn't you?
There it is.
We got held up.
Oh, that is not a problem. I have found new friends here.
With all these new friends. You've probably found them already.
Hmm?
Lady Helaine, you've probably already found them with all these new friends.
No, I haven't yet found her. No.
Just assume since we're having like a drink
Oh,
and
I-
at the time she was rescued.
But no, I have found something perhaps even better. I have found my kinship in those who follow Fairfan. I have been a follower myself for quite some time. It is where I get my powers from, but suddenly to meet a large group of like-minded dwarven kind, it fires the soul.
But not the woman you were bodyguarding that got kidnapped.
No, I have not yet, no, but...
Any leads?
I have sent my brother to look into this stuff, and hopefully I haven't seen him back yet, so...
Where did he go to look for it?
He went round to the market.
Thorough investigation. Very thorough investigation.
Investigation or insight?
No.
We had heard that
I'm not
perhaps,
saying that to him. Thorough, he's gone to a market.
Those with coin or looking to buy certain wares would head over to the market. That generally is quite a hubbub of activity, so...
So if he's gone looking at them, he knows a description of them. What they look like?
No,
What race they are?
No,
What they're wearing now?
we have some theories, but we mainly know what Lady Helaine looks like.
So you know she's coming to the town as a statue.
Yes, we have heard that there has been statues coming through here, and that is what my brother has been looking into.
So in a day, you found the information we got at the door.
Well, we didn't know how long you were going to be gone for. We thought we'd take our time and be deliberate over our investigation, Master Elf.
A well-used 24 hours. Well played.
A well-used hour indeed. Ah, my kin, let us have a drink. Ah.
Well, I'll leave you
And
to
they all
your
just-
thorough investigations with your kin.
Yeah, this is like, to be fair, this is the more or less the like congregating in a tavern is more or less the dwarven equivalent of like paying your taxes. It's as much a chore as it is, or a duty as it is a leisure activity. So I cut the guy some slack.
From the resident dwarf.
Solid counterpoint. Well made.
He clinks tankards with the rest of the dwarves, but he stands up as he takes his drink as well, and he kind of sidles over to you and kind of beckons you away from the rest of them. Look, these are well-established folks in this town, and I am doing my best to ingratiate myself within their ranks, and hopefully they may have some more useful information. That is the investigation that I am doing.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll be staying here for the next day while we look and find her. If you find any information, just come let us know, okay?
You
I'm
will
just
be
gonna
the first
pat him
to
on the back
know.
and leave.
And he just turns around.
Gonna come back to the group. So, found Teenan. His brother's out looking in the marketplace, but Teenan had absolutely no information we did not already know. So they've done nothing for a day. We were great to send them ahead. Oops. What are you doing?
That was me putting the lantern on.
Okay.
Well, perhaps we should make our own investigations.
I was hoping there'd be something more substantial to go on from them being here, but yeah, we've pretty much just got to search ourselves.
We should probably also take some advantage of the facilities as well. The market and, I would like to go and pay my homage to the eight at the local temple.
So if we go to the market, hopefully we'll run into T and see if he's got any more information. He did seem smart of the two, so hopefully he's got something.
While we're discussing such things, out of character, having done this before, have we got a shopping list of things we want to buy instead of each of us individually going up to the same storekeeper later?
I wanted to buy some armor and general health potions and potions and stuff.
Okay.
I was also going to get a jacket since I'm wearing a cloak all the time. I can't buy any. One thing. Get me right.
Are you updating the D&D Beyond stuff?
Not currently, no.
Maybe we should look to head out then. Maybe.
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
You do have.
Okay. So the first thing would be good to replenish on the supply of darts. Running a little low and having ranged options is not unuseful. And that is a monk, so doesn't have a whole lot of useful worldly goods. So I think that's it. To be there.
You just want to walk into town and give your money to the poor.
Brucon is experiencing internal conflict.
The balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's embodying it really well right now. Because on the one hand, that's what he should do, and has been encouraged to issue worldly goods. On the other hand, he was raised rich. So, on the horns of a dilemma right now is Brucon.
Beer costs money.
On the horns of a dilemma. Yeah, okay, no, that might be the only other thing Brucon will be up for, will be interested in, but it's probably something he would do on himself. So I'm going to say that the shopping list entry for Brucon reads, get some darts.
If I'm giving you stuff, I will be going to just get armor jacket, but I'll give you money for potions, antidotes, whatever you're shopping for.
Oh, that's a good point. I need to liquidate those alchemist supplies.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just like I've been at tables before where everybody goes to the same person individually. It's like,
No, that's a great shout. No, great shout.
I'm just literally getting a hat.
Excellent method of saving time.
Some armor.
Should we head to the market now and maybe make some inquiries and do some shopping, or?
No, it sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay, finish up, fellas.
Just before, as we're finishing up, I'm assuming Brucon is present for all this. Brucon makes his way over to the bar. Is there someone at the bar?
Yes. So there is the barkeeper's still there.
Yeah.
The stout man. Right, can I get you anything to drink at all?
I've forgotten about this.
There it is.
Yeah. A little peek behind the curtain here, viewers, by the way. Marshall and I are actually from the West Midlands originally.
I'm glad that I'm doing West Midlands accent.
And so are a particularly tough crowd. And to be fair to Jack, doing a very good job so far.
Thank you.
Until he turns into remember the Beatles, which is normally what happens when you're not actually a Brummie. Anyway, so Brucon goes, "Oh, hello there, good chap. Tell me, I'm intrigued to know about the origin of your beverages. Where does your beer originate from?"
Oh well, you see, we get a lot of ours from the from Umda, the capital, because it's not that far down the road. It's a couple of days travel there. Used to be a brewery here, but it got closed down some years ago.
I see. I'll let you in on. I'll explain my purpose to you. I'm seeking out a brew, a particularly distinctive brew that reputedly contains the secret to greater understanding of the nature of life in the universe. I've heard tell of such a a brew, but it sounds like you wouldn't have access to something of that kind. So thank you for
He pulls out a handkerchief from his pocket and starts dabbing on it. He's got a bald, so he's bald on top, but he's like in that monkish kind of style.
the tonsure.
Yes,
Yeah.
so just mopping his bald
Yeah.
top. Tucks it away again into this his kind of dirty white cotton.
It's like that cyborg from
vest.
Empire Strikes Back, where he's got the kind of the weird like wraparound thing going on.
Yeah, no wraparound for him, but yeah. So, yeah. Well, it's not something I know much about, but we've got plenty of good brews here, so you know if this is something that you find better meaning to, then I'd say we've done a good job here.
Oh yeah, I don't wish to cast aspersions on the quality of your product. I'm merely seeking out
that's all right.
information about a particularly refined brew.
Well, you know, the old brewery's been closed down for a few years now, but there's always some extra items left in there. It cleared out overnight, so there's still quite a lot of empty vats and stuff you might find. Something maybe.
It was more
For
recipes.
aging or- well, you know, there's could well be recipes have been left in here, so.
Intriguing. Well, thank you very much for your help, my good friend.
No, not at all. If you guys need any rooms or anything, we've got 6 currently spare, so. You look like you're the sort of party that's not from round here, so.
Are you local? Brucon turns to the rest of the party as they're kind of finishing up the drink and goes, gentlemen, my man here informs me that he can offer us rooms. He has 6 free. Are we intending to remain in this settlement for multiple nights, do we think?
I would believe so, yes. It's the afternoon.
Capital. Well then, yes, my good man, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, if you please.
5. 5 rooms. There are 5 rooms.
Was that
This is
4
in
or
character.
5?
5 rooms, please. How much are the rooms?
Can we vote as a group?
It's 4 gold pieces a room.
I will
So
take.
that's 20 gold altogether.
I'll take a room for myself, please. There we go.
Okay.
Sure. So, what room would you
terrible
like?
if you
Because
only
we've
had
got.
4 rooms left.
No, don't say all the rooms out loud. I'm just gonna whisper to him. It's that one. I'm just gonna.
Okay, so you picked. I'll tell you what. Let's roll for it.
Don't let Dancy.
Okay.
Yep.
You've got a room. I need to know which room it is. So.
Thank
You know he can like
Right.
follow you, right?
He's not that smart.
He hands you a key that has a bit of wool just in a key ring tag.
Oh.
Oh, themed rooms. Nice.
Excuse me, sir. Apologies to
rooms.
disturb you. Could I please have the room adjacent to the first room that's just been taken, please?
Oh, sure, right. That will be the because that was the sheep. That was the sheep room.
The sheep room, you say?
So.
Is there a
Oh,
dog room?
well, there's the mountain lion room. That's across the way.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, there you go. And there's a little like
Next to
mock
mountain
paw
lion.
on the end of that one. Right. So which room would you like?
Oh, I am really indifferent to the themes of the rooms. Just so long as there is a bed, and I should be fine.
Okay. Well, we can have the owlbear room then.
Just give
Please,
me 4 gold.
please
There's a
give
little feather on
Brucon.
the end of yours, black feather.
Please tell me there's an elephant room, and Brucon gets it.
No.
Oh!
Unfortunately,
Next
not
time.
elephants
They're all-
are indigenous
they're
to
all
Brucon,
like
so.
apex predators, apart from the sheep room.
Yeah.
So is there a preference on rooms that you'd like?
I'd very much be interested in knowing what the rooms are.
Well, so I've got the wolf room or the eagle room.
Well, there was 6.
No, there was 5. I made a mistake.
Every time you ask how many rooms there are, the number of
6?
rooms goes
I
down.
meant 5. Sorry.
I think the eagle room sounds very cool.
Where's
like that.
It's up on the top floor. It's on the attic. So it's lovely. That you got nice views. There you
Yes,
go.
please.
Brown feather attached to that one. So I guess that leaves you with the wolf room.
I suppose it does. Yes, that'll do just fine. Thank you.
Oh, so that's 20 gold altogether. Are you paying individually or?
Oh no, let me get this.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
Thank you very much, Malar. This is
trying to eschew like material goods and everyone just having
very
stuff
good, yes.
flung at me for free.
You
I love the
wouldn't
character
happen to
thank
be.
you. I was all like, oh, that's actually a nice gesture.
That wouldn't happen to be a symbol of the 8 with that on your.
Yes, it is. I am one of Fester's chosen. My name is Deacon Malar Shakri. It's a pleasure to meet
It
you.
was a pleasure to meet you. My name's Slander Blueview. Welcome to the Triple Inn.
Fucking
You
hell,
know,
yeah.
if you want to go to
Love it.
Slander what?
Slander Blueview, as in the colour and the view.
Gotcha.
Okay. You know, if you're interested in the 8 and the religions and stuff, we've got there's a temple of the 8. Ventrix II is the priest there. He's a really good lad. He doesn't come here much, but he seems very pious and holy and stuff. So he's a good fit.
Have I heard of Ventrix II?
You can make a history check.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh my god, okay, right.
So it's
Natural 20. Oh, in which case, if you recall, because not many are called the Second, that's quite a, almost a regal sounding name. What you remember about Ventrix is that whilst he's one of the newer priests of the order, only ordained within the last few years, he originally came from Rachir and then sort of had an epiphany and a sort of a second chance, and that's why he took on the mantle of the Second, as he sort of found the 8, and that gave him his sort of newfound rebirth and existence and purpose. So he's called himself the Second. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, exactly. So there's he would if you were to ask him, he would argue, this is from what you understand, he would say that the title was given from the gods rather than it was something that he arbitrarily named himself.
Well, I'm aware of Ventrix II. I will indeed pay my regards. Thank you very much, sir.
By the way,
Not a problem.
side note about the name, it could be noble, or alternatively, his parents could have been very uncreative, as for instance, George Foreman, who has 5 sons, all of whom are called George Foreman.
Are you kidding me right
I'm
now?
not making that
Is that a
up.
thing?
Literally all of George Foreman's kids are called George Foreman.
Does he have 4 a 4th son, so the name of George Foreman the 4th? Because that'd be great.
Yeah, it's Junior, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. Yeah.
Hang on, that's just numbering your kids.
And the best bit, my favourite bit about it was when asked why, he said, so they'd have something in common.
Rather than their dad.
Yeah.
The more you know. All right. So you have been you've been given your room keys.
That's a great sidetrack. I like that one.
Yeah,
You've given a bit of
Every time I get an opportunity to drop that fact in, I take it. It's my favourite fact ever.
Is there anything else I can help you with at all?
How do we know which room is which?
Oh well, you see the key ring you've got there. Well, it corresponds to the name on the door.
So it's a written name, not a picture.
No, it's just I mean, there are paintings inside the rooms and pelts and things.
That's fine.
Gentlemen, if we are have any other business, we should make a
I'm
move.
going to ask him, which way is the marketplace?
Oh, so if you go straight out the front door and you turn left, you just go straight up towards the fountain, which is in the centre of town. The market's just in front of this the fountain. Actually, fun fact: the fountain was where this town was founded, because originally it was. I think there was mining for clay or something, and they found this underground stream, and it popped out of the wall, and they sort of decided that they could build a community based off of that. So the market square is kind of representative of that in the centre of town.
That was fun. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue the
Always keep these kind of bits of trivia up my
Let's keep
sleeve
walking.
for out of town. as you know.
Goodbye.
Just have a good day.
As we start to make our way outside, I don't know the particular full rules of the thieves' cant, but because I think there's like in shadier places in town they've marked areas of things like where people are easier marks, which areas territory of thieves guild and stuff like that. With my passive perception, am I able to keep an active lookout?
You can keep a lookout when you go out there, sure, yeah.
For that over anything else, I want to be more actively, or more passively, sorry, looking out for those.
Well,
I hope I notice something
So-
whilst I'm not looking.
so you,
I would like to passively look for things.
yes, I was just about to say
No,
the flaw in this is that you can't. It's intended.
I know.
If the intention's there, then it's not passive.
I know, but
By definition.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So you can keep
I
an
know,
eye
let me
out.
have
But
it.
I don't want to roll on every street going, is there a few thing?
no, but I would equally say what should happen in that case is that if you're going to keep a lookout, then you just make one roll, and that'll be for the entirety of you walking around. Because especially that given
What
that
is the
thieves
point
can
of
be
this
Sure,
ring?
you don't want to roll every time.
What is the point of this ring?
Well, the passive perception helps in that you can't. It's harder to sneak up on
Yeah,
something with high
yeah.
passive.
I've been ambushed twice since I got this ring.
You're
Yes.
bad at it.
But also,
Think how many times you'd have been ambushed if you didn't have the ring.
the other thing
Twice.
is
There's
that
been two.
thieves' count is obviously written as like signs and symbols and things like that, and it's not normally there like displayed so like brightly for
Yeah,
everyone to
that's why-
see.
why
So you really, so unless you had a passive of 25, you're not very likely to see anything. So just to let you know, you probably would need to
Don't
actively
be
look.
Shit. Cool, 5. Fuck that plan.
All right. Yeah, that's what, and you swear straight away that there is a scroll upon one, and it turns out it's just where some wood's kind of been chipped away by like a passing sword or something.
Fuck that plan. I thought that we're looking for people that are trying to hopefully get a statue out of town quietly. I thought those people to us were bad people.
That's fair. Makes a lot of sense.
So you all head outside of the inn and turn left and basically head north up into the centre of town.
Incidentally, just for consistency's sake, we don't have to roleplay or anything, but Brucon also asks
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Slander about the location of the old brewery.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I said we don't have to roleplay, just...
We don't have to, but we will.
Okay.
It's a role-playing game.
Also, the old brewery is it's right at the other side of town. Just if you go up the stairs past the park, it's on the left side of town. You see the brewery's is old. It's white stone like the council chamber and the temple, but it's a bit more dilapidated. It's right at the back on the left side. There you go.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Fantastic
The reason-
direction of left.
Yeah.
And we wonder why
The reason
it's
why-
black sheets are in.
The reason I said we didn't have to roleplay it is because I want to write it down if we roleplay it, but fine.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway,
Well, that's good.
you make it outside the inn, finally, after getting away from being harangued by
We head towards the marketplace.
heading towards the marketplace. Okay, so heading to the market, you can see that this really is the commercial hub of the town. It's busy with people. There's various traders standing around, a melting pot of races and wares. There's all kinds of things for sale. There's over the din of haggling and so on. One thing one voice you do recognise is an older gentleman who is holding aloft a particular vial. Claiming that it's been in his family, that he's had it for 3 years, and it's been in his family for generations.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
It's back.
oh
Is it?
god.
Oh my god. Is it actually him? No, it's not.
It's actually him. Yeah.
Cool.
Amazing.
I'm gonna go up to him. I was gonna go. That's not by chance a potion of. Was it? It looks like a potion of enlargement or growth or something along those lines.
Well, it was last time I looked at it. Yes, I've been carrying this potion for
I wanted to
3
see that
years.
action.
Could I perhaps interest you in it, young man?
Do you have any other potions?
I do indeed, sir. I have plenty of health potions. Would you care for one? You're not looking very good on your head there.
How many do you have?
Well, a couple went missing from last time I took stock, but I've got a good 10 in me bag.
Yes, I'm going to say that.
Master's been watching, says yes on the set hat.
It's day one there. How are you? How
And,
was your work?
and Drake Lazarus says, you started without me. Rude. I mean, obviously we start at 6 p.m. every Monday. Usually. Ish. We start streaming at 6 p.m, so that's when you should tune in, my friend. Anyway. Yeah, I've got some potions.
How much for a potion?
Anyway, back to the voice.
Snap back into character. How much for a health potion? It's 50 gold pieces.
Ooh, 50 is. Do you mind if I just
Could you put a price on life, my friend?
Oh, you just did. 50 gold pieces.
I could see us going maybe 45 gold.
45? Do you hear that? He's looking around. Do you hear that? He's saying 45 for a health potion. And with your passive, you can tell nobody is paying attention to what he's saying. He's just making a song and dance of it for your pleasure. Well, you're twitched in my arm, but all right. I will give you 2 potions for 90 gold pieces. That's a saving of 10 gold pieces.
I wasn't expecting a yes from that. Yeah, actually, alright.
That's 2 for 90 gold pieces. It's a multi-buy discount, sir.
They do look like health potions, right?
Yes, yes, they look exactly like. You know from sight these are health potions that he's holding up.
Yeah, I'll buy 2.
The economics of this
you
world
sure I couldn't interest you in my potion of growth?
You know what?
45
if
gold.
I don't have enough
No,
gold
but yes.
anymore.
What about a potion of hill giant strength?
Again, I just spent all my money on your 2 potions there.
Okay, I'll just get them for you now. What about a potion of bewitchment?
What does that one do?
It makes you compelling to talk to. I frankly don't need it myself, but I know some who might.
How much is that one?
Well, for that particular potion, that'll be 100 gold pieces.
I definitely can't afford that right now, but I'll keep that in mind.
I would. It may be worth it for you, my friend. I'll put it back.
Do you want any potions?
So, just the 2 health potions on this.
Brucon leans over and goes, no, hold on. You mentioned hill giant strength. Sorry, say a little more.
Well, you see, a hill giant is a
Please, keep
very
talking.
large being. It's so very tall. I've never seen one myself in me 3 years on the road.
Right, I'm with you so far.
But this potion, and he pulls it out. Wait, bear with me, let me find it. This potion will give you the equivalent strength of something 25 feet high, contained in your 4 feet self, sir.
And how much would this cost me?
That's this one here. And he brushes off the dust from the label. That'll be 150 gold pieces.
Oh, never mind.
How?
Oh, never mind, sir. I'll put that back.
How busy is no, you Jack.
Sorry.
How busy is this marketplace?
It's pretty busy.
Okay.
There are it's tens of trading stalls there, each of which specialising in a different item. This guy has
Each
potions.
specialising in a different voice.
Eeach of which does have a different voice.
Does anyone want to
Good
buy
lord.
health potions? They actually are discounted.
Does he have a lump of chainmail on his stall?
No, he's actually wearing
Is he
the
still
chain.
wearing
He's
that?
still wearing the chain. Don't
Let's
think
go some
I've
potion.
forgotten about you, Bala Shade Creek. You did me a great service. I was accosted by bandits on the road, and this mail saved my life.
Oh, I am.
For you, my friend, there you are. And he
Oh,
passes you a dagger.
Thank you.
You protected me. Now I can protect you.
I love that. The first Drake Lazarus asks, does he have a potion of allow you to steal all the other potions without being detected? The first thing I did when I
Yes.
met him is steal a potion.
I think that's why he's saying it.
The very first thing I did, and
Does this anything special about this dagger? Does it look particularly ornate?
It looks particularly mundane.
Oh,
Slightly
the
rusty.
platonic
I've
idea.
had that
Okay.
dagger
Thank you.
in my possession for 3 years.
killed someone 3
I
years
was
ago.
going to say, what happened to this guy? Yeah.
3 years ago.
I want to travel back in
Everything.
time to meet this guy 3 years ago and 2 days.
Not
3 years ago. He
3
was the
year.
Yeah,
3
3
year.
year.
Yeah, 3 year.
3 year ago, he was the hero of the kingdom.
Did you then take an arrow in the knee? Anyway.
Can we insight check this guy?
Yes. What do you want to?
Yeah.
What do you want to tell
fuck
by
is his
insight
deal?
check?
I just want to. He's throwing around just that one number a lot. Like, I want to know if he knows other fucking numbers. Like, I want to see if how true.
This
I
is
wanna
Total
roll-
Recall 2 weeks.
I want to roll a detect sales patter check.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right.
just want to see how. If this is a front, if this is
Sure,
sort
sure,
of a doddering old fool sort of front that he's using to get business.
What now?
Insight. 15.
15. Okay. You gather from the fact that this patter is not unfamiliar to you now.
Complaining about things.
He says the same thing all the time with you. That you can see that he genuinely is a bit aged, and
Just trying to get rid of everything in there.
he's just trying to get rid of. Derek Lazarus says he's just trying to get rid of evidence in an active murder case. I mean, that would have been great. Unfortunately, with 15, you can't detect that. But what you can
So
do.
I feel like his stuff would be cheaper. If that was
There seems to be an element of leaning into his agedness. However, whether he's outright lying seems unlikely.
Beyond me, okay.
Yeah.
What did we get his name
No,
previously?
no. But you can ask him if you'd like.
Oh, thank you for the Mr. Brucon. Would you want this dagger?
Certainly, I'll take that.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I never got your name, sir.
Oh, forgive me. I get so caught up in me ways, I forget to give away my own name. My name is Phil.
Can I ask a...
Phil the Trader.
Fuck off. Hang on.
I've got it written down.
How did we go from Slander
Phil
Blueview
the Trader.
to Phil?
Phil the Trader is genuinely his name.
Please tell me his last name is McCracken. No,
It's the Trader.
but also please tell me that your appearance on a blog recently was done using this voice.
I wish.
Because I would tune in so fucking hard. I would just want everyone else to be completely professional and straight-laced about it, and you just saying, 3 years ago.
No, based on a genuine person I met one time.
Amazing.
There we go. Just so you know.
Thank you for your time, Phil.
That's my pleasure, Mr. Shade Creek.
I really do have some other things to be doing. Oh, what was that, Mr. Leobrin? Something over here.
What's that, Mr. Leobrin? A distraction?
I don't think there was.
Oh no, I think you were pointing over here, and I grabbed you. I'm just like, oh, no, over here. Oh, okay.
What
It points you towards another stall, and but this one is attended to by quite a well-dressed halfling. He goes, "Oh, I see you're in the business of potions. Would you be interested in some of my potions and magical items
Oh,
at all?"
it's interesting you should say that, friend. Are you an alchemist?
Well, of sorts, I guess you could say.
Take the pack off. Would you be interested in alchemy supplies by any chance? And I start to pull out vials upon vials and test tubes and
They're
racks
really
and-
rather good. They've been off the market for years.
Oh, yes.
Used by kings.
Can't get them anywhere else.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, because you got an assistant there.
Well, okay.
What shall I make
Is
it?
yours-
I would like you to make it,
Is
please.
yours negative?
Yes. That means you have to roll one, and you have to roll one if that's the case.
Persuasion. Oh, no, I do actually have a positive on that.
Is it one?
So you roll one, you roll one.
Are we rolling one
So
each?
One each.
one each,
One
effectively
apiece.
giving advantage to the roll.
Nice.
18.
18. And he just kind of takes a couple
And
of
no
the takes a couple of the holders of these like this metal sort of apparatus and stuff.
I've never seen finer craftsmanship.
Well, I guess this seems to be in good order. You got quite a few things here. What would you like for it? I got some. I've got some lovely potions, some magical trinkets. I think you might have some interest in.
What do you think, Mr. Leobrin? Money
We should definitely
cooking
come
time?
back with some cash.
Agreed.
Yes.
I mean,
But we could take some magical properties as well. I'm sure that would be appreciated by the other members of our adventuring party.
Yes, I suppose so.
Those guys.
Oh, well,
Really?
items
We've got a
in-
monk. He's trustworthy.
Okay, well, but how about this then? If I was to give you, say, 100 gold pieces plus this unbreakable arrow, it just pulls forth an arrow, very shiny. It gleams as if it's been coated on with varnish or gloss.
Interestingly, I don't think we have anyone who could make use of that.
Oh,
I think we're more stabby, smashy, casty, spelly.
okay. Well, in that case, hang on, I have just the item, and he sort of he flicks up the bottom of his trading stool, just the cloth, and climbs in there, comes out again, and places towards you a tankard, a gilded tankard. This particular item will make sure that you never ever get drunk again.
No say.
Mr. Leobrin, I'm not much of a drinker. You?
There's a stern face sculpted into the side of this gilded tankard.
I am not. It also sounds like that's not really something anyone would want. People
No.
who do drink tend to do it
To get drunk.
to
Yeah.
get drunk.
But suppose somebody was trying to perhaps get you under the influence, maybe to have their way with you, or do something that they don't want you noticing and distract you through your inebriation. With this, it will never happen to you again, and you'll never have the side effects of a hangover.
Seth just yells for it from the back. You say it works on getting drunk. Does it work on all poisons?
Nothing magical, my friend, but anything non-magical, yes.
Is he describing a way of not getting date raped? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yep.
He did use that, yeah, a little bit in his pitch. He's just throwing everything at the wall.
Friend, I think we may need something else.
A distinguished gentleman would want something slightly more refined. No, I have just the thing.
I mean, I
This
don't know.
pipe,
It's not a pipe.
if you blow on it, any sort of monster, creature you can imagine is summoned from the smoke.
Is this like a pan pipe or a smoking pipe?
A
I've seen
smoking
here
pipe.
before.
I turn and look at the other. I don't actually smoke. Do any of us? Hey, do any of us partake of the tobacco?
I can picture we try and make silent things. No, I smoke that. It's like making a small dragon.
You know what? I would happily take 400 gold for these supplies.
That seems yes. I think at this point we are short on funds and
We need items
We
that are
don't
more.
need any of
wealthy
those
in
things.
alchemical goods.
We need items that will be more useful to the more like killing, saving life persuasion.
It seems that you are a group who are lacking direction somewhat. Perhaps I can be
They get the bounty. My work here is done. Brick on.
And he pulls
doesn't-
forth
need to start fighting.
an purple orb, holds it before you. Says, with this orb, when you hold it in your hand, you can know straight away which way is north. You will never get lost again.
You know, survival check. 14. 15 for survival. Can I just know which way north is right now?
You look up the sky. Clouds are starting to roll in, but yes, you can see where the sun is, so
Cool.
you can work out where north is.
I look up and I just go that way.
Oh, a smart one, sir. Very good. But of course,
Can we have 400 gold, please?
But of course, when the sun isn't here, and when you are in the thickest of a cavern, or inside a forest where light does not enter, with this you'll still know which way you're going.
Well, no, actually, we'll know where north is.
And then as a reference point, you will then be able to work out which way. I hope you'll be able to work out which way you're going. You seem like a smart sort of cookie.
Yes.
Okay, tell you what. I'll give you the orb plus 2 health potions and 150 gold pieces. I myself be cleaned out on 150 gold.
Is the orb 150? Oh, it's actually, no, it's actually for is the orb worth 100?
I think that is a nice
I
deal.
can go with that.
I'm going to point out, Jack, I have 9 things on this list I need to buy. We don't have to roleplay them all.
Okay, sure.
Um,
Yeah, we'll take
I-
150,
yes,
2
well,
health potions,
yeah.
and...
Yeah.
and this compass ball.
Excellent. Which of you shall be entrusted?
Which I will have a check to make sure it's not a bullshit before
You
I.
want you to detect magicking on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an orb. It doesn't do anything. It's not magical.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
This is not a magical item.
Oh,
I
goodness.
never once said it was a magical item, sir.
It's a purple ball.
It is a purple ball. It has N written on it and an arrow. With that, you can tell which way is north.
Is it a compass?
Turn it round. Is it actually?
You are
compass?
changing the world around you yourself, sir. Good day. He just starts packing away his items.
Well, did he take our shit?
I turn around to Seth.
That's-
Oh, if you wanted to take some of his stuff, I would be okay, and I'm pretty sure the ape would be okay with some of that.
Has he taken our stuff, or is he just packing up his own
He's
stuff?
given us 150 and 2 potions.
Yes.
And he's taken our
And
stuff.
and a rock with an N painted on it.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, gonna stop him.
Okay, you're going to stop him, okay?
Yeah, gonna
Like, grab
Excuse,
him?
excuse
no,
me,
put a
sir.
hand on the shoulder, but like, excuse me, I think you've sold us a bunch of crap.
Actually, I traded you.
My friend with the daggers
Finish that sentence. I dare you.
would like an actual functioning item. Because he's very...
Oh, you wanted a functioning item. Well, why didn't you say? I'm so sorry. He takes that back.
When he starts to look down, is there anything still on this table?
Here
Just
is some
writing.
rope.
And the purple
50
orb with the letter
feet
N
of
written on it.
rope.
Is it regular rope?
Silken rope.
Does he have stuff in his bag? Like, is there a bag there?
He's got a little sort of trading table set up. It's on wheels.
Can I ask him if he's got anything underneath it? Is there any good items down there?
There are plenty of items down there, my friend, but I will not allow you down there.
No.
Yeah, have you got anything better in the back?
Is there anything you can get out that could be better to trade than this rope?
What sort of things do you have in mind?
Something better than a rock.
You know what? Since you're an alchemist and we've just supplied you with a bunch of alchemical supplies, perhaps a 3rd health potion instead of a purple rock.
But we're still down.
What about the rope?
What about fuck no?
Okay. I see you drive a hard bargain. It has not been forgotten. A 3rd health potion, of course. There you go.
We're still
Because
down.
Still taking that rope though, right?
And he just beams as he pulls out the 3rd one and hands it to you.
Is it magical?
There we are.
Check it.
Are we all
Check
done
it.
here?
I mean,
A fair trade, I'm sure you'll
is the
agree.
potion magical?
Yep, yeah, those are health potions. Those are real.
3 health potions, 150
the
gold
gold
pieces,
real?
and silk rope.
It's
Did we reject? I thought we rejected the rope. Did we take the
Taking
rope?
that
I'm
rope.
taking it.
We are not being placed twice in 2 trade arrangements.
Brucon's got 150 feet of rope.
Okay.
But
When
this
he's
is
gone
silk
down,
rope.
That's true. Brucon's
look
rope
at
is
his
made of
rope.
hep.
Am I able to see if I can grab something from the table? When he's
yeah,
going
make a
down?
sleight of hand check.
So it's when he's going down to look. So it's not like just when he's standing there. I'm like, yep. But it's when he's gone down specifically to look for the next item.
Then make a little sleight of hand check.
Natural 20. Plus my 6, 26.
You, from the top of his store, you swipe a potion, not a health potion.
Mystery potion.
You don't see because in the heat of the moment you just saw, oh, that looks cool. I'll take that. No idea what it is.
Potion.
Okay.
Yes, remind me that you have a potion. You don't know what it does.
Yeah. We can taste test.
I'll find a real alchemist.
So yeah, you examine these 3 health potions using the detect magic, look like genuine health potions.
Okay.
We'll walk away from this merchant. And
Pushing your way through, there's a lady and her 2 children. They're very well dressed. Sort of, come on, Hetty, come on this way. I haven't got all day now. Where is your brother? And just fussing around as you go past. So, whereabouts are you heading now? What sort of items were you after?
How many? Did you say there are a variety of different stalls, but
Yes.
they all only specialise in one thing?
Yeah, they all have different items. Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
As we're literally just wandering around, can I literally stop by a store that has maybe like some jackets and stuff, like a long coat, and literally just purchase a coat?
Unfortunately, aside from furs, as in like pelts, there isn't really a stall that has clothes. But upon going across to the stall with the hunter's pelts and furs and so on, he just point you in the direction of bits and pieces. The general store, which is just across the way, apparently they have quite an arrangement of clothes. They pride themselves on their tailorship.
I was hoping that Seth was going to have a big fur coat.
I was hoping it was going to be a quick trade, but no, we need to find
Look deep into the
all
park.
these people.
Do we all see that general store?
Yeah.
Cool. Could I go to the entrance, please?
Of course you can.
Could I?
So this building is stands out from most within this settlement, mainly because there is a tree sticking out from the roof. It's a red sort of maple leaf tree, quite unlike anything else around Hillburg that you've seen thus far. Sorry, go up to the...
Yeah, can I go inside?
Yeah, of course. So open the door, ding, 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 ding. And you see inside... this large large tree right in the centre of the building, and it seems as if this whole store is in fact just one room, just with this tree that seems to be separating the first floor and the bottom floor, with just this nice fairly sparse wooden counter in front of you. The various branches of the tree have many jackets, shirts and so on hanging from hangers off the branches.
Are there any shopkeepers?
There is a gnome standing behind the bar, kind of a tawdry robe. He goes, "Hello, can I be of assistance?"
I'm home. At long last.
I was actually looking for a present.
A present, of course. What sort of thing did you have in mind?
Do you have any hats?
Hats? Oh, we have so many hats, my
Wonderful.
friend. We have magical hats, or we have non-magical hats. We have big top hats, or flat caps, or berets.
Okay, I'm
Whatever you can imagine. I'm sure that myself and my sister Belle will have whatever you need.
I'm really sorry. As you can see, I was born with horns on my head, and I don't really know much of the hat world. I can only really describe hats by their kind of shapes. I don't know the names of them or the color. Do you have any in like a triangle shape?
A triangular.
Yeah. With like 3 points or corners.
Oh, of course, I can whittle something up for you, no problem.
Oh, thank you. Wait, are you making this hat? Or
if I cannot find one, I cannot make one for you.
Okay. And do you have an inscription service?
I do not see why I cannot do this. In fact, I have trained my owl no, sorry, it is my sister's owl. I have trained the owl to inscribe with... what is that? What is that? Cheese hat.
I don't know if it's going to come up on the camera, but I'm
that,
really
yeah.
strongly hoping that that's what we want. We are looking over here. Go cheeseheads.
Do you have a word limit?
Only the limit of your pocket.
Wonderful. Could you take down this inscription, please?
Oh, but of course.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Hats are stupid, but this one's for you.
So this would go inside.
Yeah, just
yes?
inside the brim, so you can see it.
Of course.
Dear Seth.
Dear Seth.
Now I will always be above you.
Now I will always be above you.
Originally by Dolly Parton.
From Fleeting.
From Fleeting.
Thank you. How long would that take to finish?
Oh, the inscription. It is. I'm afraid Squeak cannot be rushed, so it would really depend. It should be done by, I would say, tomorrow morning.
Perfect. Thank you. I will be by to collect it then. Do you do gift wrapping service?
Oh, but of course!
Wonderful, thank you.
In fact, we have a box that we can put the hat in. We can put a bow around it.
Perfect.
Do you have enough money for this?
How much is this going to cost?
Well, it depends which hat you would like. First of all, I need to see if we have any already in store, and if not, I will need to make one, which of course will come with extra cost. It is how this works. It is the life. Belle? Oui. Oui, Banton. Could you see if there is a tricon hat around in our store? But it is but a minute, wait with me. Then she starts climbing up the tree,
Wait.
running along.
It's Jack time!
Starts climbing up the tree and just.
Marta, stay.
Marta says,
no,
"Did
she
you
can
ever
stay in
know?
America.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?" to fleeting.
No, stay in America.
I thought it was to me. She starts scuttling along the trees, disappearing off out of your sight line. She gets into the higher branches. And she goes, "Oh, Baton, I found something. Oh, that is marvelous. Bring it down." And
Baton.
Baton.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, you're not in the shop.
A stick.
I should say, welcome to Bits and Pieces. I am Baton Quickly. This is my sister Belle Quickly. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. She comes down, stands next to him. Here we go. So, this fine leather tracon hat, it is in a slightly dark brown. Is that suitable for you?
That's perfect.
Excellent, right. So, Belle, if we could get Squeak to do an inscription, I have written down exactly what it says. It is in common, not Sylvan, so that is okay. We could write it down inside, and we'll get it to this gentleman. He will come and collect it tomorrow morning. Is that okay? Oui, Bandon, I'm sure Squeak can do this. I've been training him very well for this sort of thing. Oh, okay, excellent. Keep him away from un, deux, and trois, okay? Because my mice are not your house plating. Sorry, so for this...
You're not sorry, don't lie.
Yeah, that's
For this art, this particular piece would be, I would say, worth 100
Cigarettes! From Marta.
Cigarette.
Did you ever know?
100 gold pieces.
100 gold pieces.
So with the inscription.
With the inscription.
Okay.
I'm fucking paying for this shit.
That's fine.
So, like, I'm willing to say that before you came in here, Mal shared out from the 150 into 30 gold pieces each. So you've got 30 gold pieces at least.
I think I got 40 earlier, so that puts me up there. Sir, thank you for your generosity. I'd just like to tell you a bit of context to this present. I have a friend just outside there, and he's been having a little bit of a rough time recently. He seems to be well-intentioned and certainly, very enthusiastic, but people seem to not like him for some reason. This has been causing him to feel a little bit down, and is a present to cheer him up. I am of a humble background and don't have a great deal of money. I think 100 might be a bit of a stretch. I wondered if you could help bond, build this friendship from a best one to a lasting one by reducing the price slightly.
And you hear, just momentarily behind you, you hear just a rattle of coins behind you. And then you go, if perhaps if this is for a good cause, do not want to get in the way of a young love, then of course...
An accordion starts playing in the background.
What was your offer?
I was thinking around the 70 mark.
Okay. I think we can do this for 70 gold. That should be possible for this, especially as we already at this time.
Wonderful. I think we have a deal.
Fantastic. I will make sure Squeak gets on it right away. And I suppose we have cleared you out, but is there anything else that you wish to purchase? Or perhaps you could do a trade of any items, as you have a magnificent hammer in your hand.
I can read that. I couldn't read the rest of it, but I can read best friend.
No, I'm sorry, but this is not fair.
Oh, it is a shame, but we appreciate your business.
No, and I appreciate everything you've done for me today. You have no idea how happy you've made someone.
It is why we set up the business. It's only to put a smile on our customers' faces.
Thank you, and I leave.
Very good.
Jack, before we do too many other things, there has to be a fight today.
Don't worry, it's happening. It's yeah.
My only stipulation.
Okay, so here is what Malar is after. He's after spell components.
Yes.
Okay.
Powerfulness.
He wants oil, he wants augury tokens, he wants 50 gold pieces worth of ruby dust, and he wants a torch handle.
Oh, okay. Augury tokens, did you say?
Yes, for the spell augury. They're worth about 25 gold pieces. So tarot card deck.
Oh,
would be
I see.
fine.
Or knuckle bones or that.
Or knuckle bones or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So your best bet for if you want to get those all in one hit, you'll probably find them at the general store.
I'm gonna. That sounds great.
There's
That-
bits and pieces.
Yes. That. Wait. What? Hang on. Where haven't we done what?
Bits
Where's
and
that?
pieces, yes.
Bits and pieces is the general store.
Same shop.
But
What you said earlier!
we can skip through this. We
Flaming!
can skip it.
Okay, I go in. Oh, mister, whatever. And I give you. I hand over my list. Here's my list. Oh, please, yes, thank you. I like these things.
Hello.
I'm gonna come in with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else want anything?
Hillburg's already walking with Mala, so
Oh,
yeah.
I am sure we have most of these items.
would you be? In addition to that, can you also change up these? And I lay a fistful of the Iskan pentacles down on the table as well.
Oh, Iskan Pentacles, I have not seen these for quite some time. In fact, I am not much on the... Well, you know more the currency and the exchange rates. Maybe you have a look. Oh, we want one. Let's just have a look in here. Okay, so this looks like the equivalent of... is about 4 gold pieces in total for the Iskan Pentacles.
I am from Isk, and I can assure you it's closer to 17. And I pull out the remaining change from my pocket. I'm in there because I've got 130 moons and 20 quartz, which we were told is 17 gold pieces worth.
It's okay. Have a look on there.
Next to our treasure
Well, of
house.
course, the economy in Isk is not as it once was. It is not as good as you perhaps imagine, but but we can give you a can you give me a 10 gold pieces for the lot?
I make sure the amulet is prominent. I am deacon of the 8, so I was wondering if we could maybe negotiate on the commission there.
Well, if you are interested in buying the items, we can perhaps give you some sort of stock discount towards your other wares, and you can make a savings that way.
To the value of what?
Well, let me take care of this bell. Let me have a look at all of these items you have here. I've forgotten some of them, I'll be honest. There was the oil, the
just regular
torch.
oil. A torch handle, so not an entire torch, just a handle.
I mean,
A torch is a stick.
Yeah, so stick.
Half a stick.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already got one. You have a broken
stick
quarter
without
staff.
a stick.
No, I threw that away.
You mean a
did
stick
you?
without
Oh,
the, so it's a stick without the
Rookie,
wraps.
Yeah,
on
an
the
oily wrap.
So just you want a stick is what you're asking for.
Yeah, but a sturdy stick.
As you can see, we have a big
We're
team
adventurers,
here.
man. Like, there's a whole world out there of sticks. Other things too, I grant you, but it definitely.
Okay, ignore the torch handle. Apparently, I don't need it.
Well.
I can certainly give you a torch or a stick. But you
you-
wanted some augury tokens, is that right?
Yes, please.
Okay, I believe I have some here. We can give you how much augury tokens do you
They
need?
are 25 gold pieces for what I need.
Okay.
25 gold pieces worth.
Yeah, we appear to have some here. The worth of that is 25 gold pieces on its own.
I also need some ruby dust, approximately 50 gold pieces worth, if that's quite alright.
Ruby dust, we can certainly find some. Yes. Where's the trinket?
Everyone will be spying over your shoulder at your letting room. The clerics back home, they often used a lot of silver dust. Do you need that ever?
I could do with some, I suppose. I wasn't planning on. Well, you know what, Mr. Leobrin, that's not necessarily a terrible idea.
If it was a key
Sorry, I'm trying to help
holy
you.
water
Just ruined it.
and
It's okay.
spells that require holy water.
I'm also trying to save up for the
Oh, okay.
Revivify diamond as well, but you know.
So, was it just one flask of oil, or would you care for some more?
Will one flask of oil fuel that lamp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes, please, that'd be fantastic.
Just this one, okay. So, ogre tokens, easy oil, and I'm sorry, your handwriting is not for my eyes. What else would you require?
It's oil, augury tokens, ruby dust.
Ruby dust, 50 gold pieces, so there's
Am I
75.
picking up you some darts?
Well, so I was hanging on to the
Silver piece for the oil.
is the Brucon while outside goes a random trader and inquires. Sorry, where might is there someone a weapons trader of some description around here?
Yeah, and it points towards one of the other stalls. You can see there's a
No.
weaponsmith. There's a weaponsmith. He does note that most, if you want anything actually smithed, like commission pieces, there's only one smithy, and that is within the council chambers. It's owned by the guard.
Noted.
While Mal's doing this, am I able to see if there's just a regular jacket and like a scarf or something?
Yeah, there's plenty of those hanging out.
Can I literally just grab?
What would you like? A militaristic? There is a militaristic kind of velvety black
No,
jacket.
sorry. The simplest, plainest one there is. If it's a bit tattered, we know someone that has mending.
So, Belle starts showing you around some of the other coats.
Is there one? I'm just going to take one and pay for it.
And she keeps trying to give you the more expensive ones, but there are some very mundane ones which you can
just I
eventually
want
take.
a regular, normal scarf, normal jacket. Slightly care about the colour that
Yeah.
it's not super bright.
So,
but
so for the scarf, the jacket, and
that's it.
it's just those two items. Okay, very well, and there's one gold piece.
Just go cool.
Just one gold. Pick that off. And meanwhile, so for you, so aside from the magical equipment items and the oil, what else would you like?
Well, with the assumption I don't need that torch handle, I can just get a stick from anywhere apparently. So
You are welcome to buy torches. We have torches.
Sorry,
I've got torches, so.
I can have one. No, that's quite all right. I think I'm going to be fine for the time being. Thank you very much.
Is there anything else I can get for you?
Nope.
No, okay, that is 75 gold pieces and 1 silver. But I gave, of course, the commission for the. So shall we deduct the money from the Iscan Pentacles?
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh, excellent. So if we were to take off a discount as well for your trade, so that would be altogether 55 gold pieces.
Oh, thank you very much, and I hand over 55 gold pieces.
Oh, thank you, sir. It is most welcome. And for you, my friend, I see that you're not already a patron of this fine store. You have fine clothes on already. I especially like your ruff.
Oh, thank you very much. No, I have clothes that are definitely of equal standard to the clothes you have here. Your clothes here are very fine. Good clothes.
So am
And you
I.
hear a and Belle, who's been standing behind you, looks over to her brother and says in Sylvan, he is from Manylands. Oh, you a countryman of Manylands yourself?
Yes. Yes. Oh,
They still
hello.
spoke speaking Sylvan.
You look like you are one of the families of the High Council, are you not?
Is this in Sylvan?
Yes.
I'll say no. Does anyone speak Sylvan?
He
Nope.
speaks Sylvan.
No, us. I mean.
But the rest of you, I don't think do.
Nope.
I am like peeking around at everyone else to see if they're reacting.
Nothing. We can't speak
They're
Sylvan.
blankly looking over.
Yeah.
Maybe what?
Are you from one of the most powerful families in Manylands? Your family has a seat on the Out Council, is that right?
Maybe. What?
Well, that will explain why you are so well dressed. This is a fashion that we do not see much of in the bureaucracy. It is rather drab and boring.
Yeah.
What's your persuasion?
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Why?
Just curious. I feel like you do well. This persuasion for the.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You have lovely wares, and everyone walks out of the shop.
It is a pleasure, my friend. I am so sorry. I realize that perhaps you did not know what we were talking about there. I sometimes get lost in my mother tongue.
Balls.
I've finished my shop and I'm gonna leave.
Wait for me, Mr. Surf.
Right, anyone else buying anything? Are you guys sorted?
Well, Brucon's going to have Mosey on over to the
Oh yes, to the weapons
to
smith.
the
Yes.
smith.
Yeah.
Just walking go. Good day, good afternoon.
What?
Tell me, do you happen to sell darts?
Darts? Yeah, we got loads of darts. Yes.
I'd like to purchase 8 of your finest darts, my good man.
8 of the finest darts. I mean,
Well, acceptable quality would be fine. I just mean, I was just being pretentious, really. I just want some darts.
oh, I see. Because we got pretentious darts if you want some.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like.
Those are quite rare.
Oh yeah, they've got like a silk trim on the end, so that when they fly, they have a little sort of glitter to them.
You know, I really shouldn't, but that does sound very stylish. How much would those be?
Well, we do them in packs of 10. And I can do them for a pack of 10 for you for. He starts looking you up and down. Say 1 gold piece for a batch of 10.
Okay. Brucon, yeah. Screw it, let's go for it. The markup on that is insane, by the way.
Yes, I know.
But Brucon, as we've I think established before, and if we haven't, let's establish it right here, right now. Brucon is shit with money.
Yeah.
So the idea of shiny for a gold, which is basically pocket change, he'll take that. So yeah.
The phrase "he saw you coming" comes to mind.
Yeah, 100%. No, he got Brucon. He clocked Brucon 100% correctly instantaneously. Fair play to him. So, 1 gold and 10 darts. If you put 10,
All right.
10
of course, if you're going out in the woods or whatever, you might want to purchase some armour. Got a few sets here. You look a little bit exposed. You know what I'm saying?
Armour's not really my thing. Armour is a how to explain? I don't wear armour. It interferes with the cut. It interferes with the cut of the jacket. You see, it's just not right.
That's a great explanation. All right.
I thought you were going to try and upsell him on a. Would someone care for a lovely carrying case for these darts? Silk lined, you know.
Well, I mean, if you want stuff that's going to protect you, that's not armour. I mean, some of these guys have got magical clothes and so on. I think the general store's got some, protection clothing and that sort of thing.
We don't have enough money for protective clothing. Not the good stuff.
Can I just ask?
Probably you're right.
Fleeting, I was like, Fleeting,
This is
do you remember
defence.
How can I help?
I mean, to be fair, Brucon's AC goes up next level and then again the level after. So
You monster.
Actually, is that just a
no,
little bit
that's not right. But only once.
cleaner? It's just been a tiny bit bad from the last few fights.
No problem, and I start rubbing you.
No. No, I'll go with the hands. No, just with the magic. The magic clean up. Can you just...
Can I do that?
Please.
Can I? No, can I do that?
Will you
Press
do
the
that,
digitation.
please?
No, can I do that?
You have
Yes, you
that.
can.
Okay, cool.
You have to be willing.
It's my own thing.
You have to consent.
You have a special version of this as well.
Do I?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you do it? Miss Neris.
She just mended things. She didn't do prestidigitation.
She had it.
She had it. She just never used it.
She used it once.
At this point, since other people have left bits and pieces, Leopold is going to sidle in the door again, and in Sylvan to the shopkeeper. So, exactly what is it about my appearance that made you think this thing that you think?
Well, you have the gait of someone of importance, and you can tell by your tone and your accent, the way you carry yourself, and of course your ruff is not something you find in Björkin. It is much more indigenous to our country folk in the trees.
Reverend nervously touches his ruff.
The horns of a dilemma.
I don't. How? These cloak. If these cloaks you have, would do you think one of those would suitably disguise me from?
Oh, sir, I have just the item. I have a cloak that it can be whatever you want it to be. It is a cloak of. It is one of my most prized possessions. It is a cloak of many fashions.
Any fashions?
Yeah.
Oh.
What? This sounds amazing.
While wearing this cloak,
Unfortunately, everything is tied
you
up.
can, using only your mind, can change the color, the style, the apparent quality of the garment.
Mending for the win.
And the cloak's weight does not change. You can make it look as if it is a very thick, warm winter shawl. You can also make it look as light as a piece of the finest spider silk.
Just the cloak, or just?
Just the cloak. You could wrap it around you, and you could make it into whatever kind of cloak materials that you wish it to be.
Wraps around it, makes it look like a
Whatever color, you could use it to stand out. You could use it to blend in. You could use it to be whatever you like.
What's the Scarlet Pimpernel's name again?
I don't know. Bantam quickly.
Oh yeah, the least French name ever.
That sounds very interesting.
But if you are the type that is going to get into bumps and scrape, so we also have some clothes that can mend themselves.
Well, it's more. And again, looking around the shop, are there many other people in here?
It's so far it is you, Bantam, his sister Belle, her owl Squig, and his three mice und, deux, and trois.
I thought it was Squeak.
Lean
Squig.
You see, I'm rather traveling incognito, and it needs to find a good way to not be so cognito.
I would like to reduce my cognito.
You know, up until recently, I had a few more items. I had an hat of disguise. Unfortunately, it has since been sold. But, what was it? If you need to get out of the I sold it only the other day. It was the boots of speed. I sold them to... there's a courier who used to work for us a few times, Dean. He has been gloating about
Totally
it.
powerful,
He
but
recently sold this cart and his oxen, which he had recently used on some sort of delivery. He sold them to some group of adventurers who had been coming through the town who had a statue or something in hand. But he took the boots of speed. He took the ring of what was it? The ring of it that had a feather on it. There was a ring of feather falling.
to kill these people.
As well as some other items. He was really hoarding his wares. His wares.
That's very interesting, and obviously very, very intelligent to spot my identity. These people with the cart, with the statue, with all of these items.
Mm-hmm.
Do you perhaps have a description and a direction for them?
No. You see, it was Dean the courier who sold his stuff to them. I sold him the boots of speed and so on.
Dean the courier. And Dean the courier...
Dean Fringe.
In Fringe.
Dean Fringe.
Dean...
Fringe is his last name.
Fringe.
Fringe.
Dean Fringe.
Like the air.
Yes. Dean Fringe.
Dean Wind.
You're not there.
Good point.
Dean Fringe. And Dean Fringe is in town. What's his description? Does he also have a fringe?
He is normally quite dirty and normally wears quite a drab fashions, but recently he purchased many fine silken clothes from us. What was it? He was let me think. It was a couple of days since he came in here. I think he was a blue velvet cloak. He had it was a mustard yellow silken shirt. I cannot. It's the boots of speed, as I said, and a ring of feather falling.
Indeed, that is a. I don't think we'll fail to spot this person.
No, he stands out in the crowd. That is certain now. Last I know, he came in here, he bought those things, he was gloating, and he definitely stunk of the booze. And it would not surprise me if he ended up back as a trickle in.
That seems. I mean, thank you very much. Maybe if I find him, I can find out where he sold these items onto. Separately, this cloak you were saying, how much are you selling?
Of the many fashions.
Of the many
50 gold pieces.
50 gold pieces. I think that would be an excellent item to add to my wardrobe.
Oh, it would be perfect, sir.
So friendly. In fact, I would like to purchase that, and as part of this exchange, if you could never tell anyone where I'm from, that would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much.
You know, as they say, mom is the word.
Is the word for what?
We shall keep this between us.
Oh, okay.
Between us tree folk.
Yes, thank you very much.
For the glory of the forest.
And that must be a local term. Thank you. Yes, lovely. Here, we'll pull out 50 gold. And give it to the...
And he takes it gladly, and Squig the owl flies over,
Bannister,
grabs it, and
whatever
flies
thing
off with the gold. Thank you so much for your patronage. I will keep your identity a secret, but I'm sure you tell your friends that Bits and Pieces has everything you are looking for.
Definitely it does, that is true. Thank you very much. I will put on my new cape. And I will walk into town.
I have a question about how you're wearing the new cape. Where in relation to the ruff is it? I'm assuming it's got a
Oh, that's a good. Is it a hooded?
It has a hood, yes.
It has a hood. Oh.
How does that work with the...
Cloak then ruff, so then the ruff is always on
Always on
display.
top, and then when the hood comes up, it engulfs the ruff
That's
as well.
probably going to be quite choking.
So you have the cloak
I
of
will
many
wear.
fashions.
I will wear the ruff underneath. Okay,
Cool.
but
Small side note. Did you cast Prestidigitate? Did you cast
the
Prestidigitate?
what of many? Sorry.
The cloak
Can
of
you?
many
Cloak of
fashions.
many-
Cloak of
So
many
you can change its
fashions.
appearance, but it always has to be a cloak. But you can,
Yeah.
you can change anything about the cloak.
What does that do?
You can flavour things with it.
You can flake
Was that
my armor to
thaumaturgy?
clean
Yeah.
up.
No, that is good.
It is supposed to
Martha says the fringe exchange needs to be a highlight clip. We'll see
So
about
happy
that.
that's that.
Most of this episode is going to wind up being a highlight clip, Jack. If not on your show reel.
Great, that's good.
yeah. My notes literally include the line "one highlight reel for Jack later." The party successfully stocks up on kit.
We're just going to cover up our faces and so this episode is going to be called All By Myself. And just you talking to yourself.
Anyway, carrying on.
I need to have Prestidigitated.
So you've now left the store. The rest of you, so you're still in the market square currently. You can see across from the market there is the font. It's a rather large basin, and behind the basin is this clay wall. It's as if the hill itself has been cut into. And in the centre is a face being sculpted that's puckered, and it's water is constantly coming out of the mouth and into the basin. And you can see there is one little funnel that comes off of that basin, and it trickles across within a sort of basically as like a very small canal, essentially a little stream that runs along
Channel.
parallel to the street. Yeah, a channel. Yeah, runs alongside the street from you.
Because I've
More
come
than
out,
Riverside.
I figured that I've come out of the shop, these two are bickering, he's snuck back in the shop, he's bound up. Mallory's going to go sit on the corner of the fountain and just flick through his tarot card deck, just familiarising himself with the
Sure.
deck
So you're sitting there whilst children are splashing and playing in the very shallow
Can
water.
I make an insight check if he's going to do it?
Could I, just before he does that, are there any receptacles around? Any buckets, bowls?
There's a few by the basin, yes.
Cool. Could I borrow a bucket and fill it with water, please?
Yep, you can
Has he just,
scoop it
has
into
he
the.
just walked away?
Yeah.
As he walks away, I go, I just thought a best friend would help me out.
I fill the bucket with water.
Yep.
I turn around and go back to where I was before.
Okay. So he now has a bucket full of
If
water.
he goes to throw it, I'm going to dodge.
I throw the bucket.
Oh,
Okay.
I will
Dexterity saving throw.
So this will be an attack roll for you. If you want to combat, here's your combat.
So that's, yeah.
16, what's your armor class?
Well, it's gonna be 16 when I buy his fucking arm, but it's 15 right now.
15. So you go to move. Whoa! Water lands, cascades down you.
I say, did that help?
No.
Did that make you feel more at home?
I was about to try and sell this armor. It's okay. I just thought we were friends.
I can try you, can't I? Can I do something to try you?
You can use prestidigitation to dry him.
I try you instantly.
Friends!
And now you're clean.
Yeah.
We got there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go to the armor shop that he was.
The armor stall, sure.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Alright. You in the business of some weapons or armour?
I will be alright. Yeah, I came to see if you had any better leather armor. I'm trying to go to sell this and show him the leather armor I'm currently wearing, and looking to sell this and buy some slightly more protective stuff.
Sure. Well, I mean, we've got some studded leather.
Perfect, pretty much exactly what I need. Would you be free for showing over this leather armor plus 30 gold?
Well, I mean,
I've taken good care of it. I usually get hit in the face.
well, normally, you know, that leather new that you're wearing would be 10 gold. It's definitely not new. I did see the water and the magic. Studded leather I normally sell for 45, so tell you what, so give me that leather, 40 gold pieces. Studded leather's yours.
I actually don't have 40 gold.
Even with the 30 gold you just got.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I shared that out before
Oh, then actually I did.
we went.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Everybody has an additional 30
So I
gold.
hadn't added that in yet.
So yeah, some studded leather is 40 gold plus your armour.
About 38 in the armor.
The rogue is poor. I don't understand.
Make a persuasion check. It's early days.
21.
21. Alright. Yeah, I twist my arm, but alright, yeah, go on then. So 38 gold plus your armour, and you get some brand spanking studded leather, mate. You want anything else at all? Any daggers? I see you've got a couple of sheaves there, no daggers for them.
No, I'm good with the daggers I've got.
Alright. Just so you know, though, it's going to take more than studded leather to keep your friend away.
I will be working on that all day.
Alright. Tell you what, if you're in the market for some more friends, I happen to know there's a few such types around here. In fact, there's one who might be in, and he's nodding over towards the halfling merchant. He's nodding over to him. If you're looking for others that are in your line of work, you didn't hear it from me.
trolling.
What line of work would that be?
Trolling, I just said.
Oh, you know, just acquiring items when the need arises.
Thank you. Where did he point to? The halfling, you said?
Yeah.
How far away is he?
Literally, it's just across the way in the market. So one of the other stalls, not far.
Fuck it, why not? Fleeting's not in the middle of that, is he?
He's in the market.
Oh, then wide berth.
Okay.
And I'll go around to the halfling. I literally forgot what the guy said. I hear you. I was half paying attention, half watching Dan mine.
Oh, thieves' cant is what I was saying. You should thieves' cant with him, but you know, you do you.
Oh, okay. I did not get that
That's
at all.
that's what
Class
this
features.
is.
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
book.
I will remember that from now on. Cool. As I walk over, do I see any?
No,
thieves' cant?
no, you don't see that from him when you walk up to him. But he starts talking to you. Can I help you at all?
You're a person that people go to when they need to find stuff. Is that literally it? I literally can't remember the conversation.
And I have been known to acquire certain items when the mood strikes, point people in the right direction. sometimes near the mill, perhaps. And you can see and you notice while he's talking that he's waving his arms around him.
Yeah. For the viewers at home, by the way, who didn't catch that on the webcam, Jack while that's being acted out, Jack is going all wobbly wobbly
wobbly wobbly wobbly, which you recognise as Thieves' Cant.
Okay.
But he's using his arms to gesticulate Thieves' Cant towards you.
Cool. Yeah. Can I interpret it?
Basically, he's saying there's a meeting at the mill. That's what you get.
Draw at mill.
Cool. If I was heading over if I was going to head over to the mill, see if there's anyone around, what would be a good time to? Head
Well,
down
if
there?
you were looking for something outside of bread, perhaps you might want to go there in the middle of the night, perhaps.
Very, very kind of you. Thank you. What does that Thieves' Cant say? Is it more specific? than that?
He actually said what he was saying in Thieves' Cant. It's at night. Go at
Yeah,
night.
Okay.
I was going to say, you do realise,
I was
the
like,
idea was that this was the subtle conversation. I love the idea that he's kind of there, like, he's kind of having a very boring conversation out loud, and then with his hands he's going, go to the mill, there's a secret meeting. And you're just like, if I wanted to go to this secret meeting at the mill,
No, he
what
said,
sort of time would I go?
he said mill out beforehand.
Yes, yeah.
Normal conversation as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of coded, almost like.
But cool. I'll say thank you to him.
Yeah.
Maybe way back
Secret.
towards the group.
Keep it safe.
But
Say it out loud.
There is. You could also try the temple.
Temple of the Eight.
Mm-hmm.
Why the Temple of the Eight?
Well, you need a friend.
You've got friends at the temple.
You may also have a friend at the temple.
Huh.
There are many friends to be found.
Thank you for your assistance. And I'll make my way back to the group.
Do we know that Fleeting needs to go to the temple to paladin up?
I don't care.
Okay. I mean outside of game, but sure.
No.
Okay.
Evening, Crying Zombie, who just tuned in.
Hooray!
Crying Zombie, if you haven't seen the chat already, you won our competition, which means you're going to win some free D&D badges. So please drop us a whisper with your details, and we'll get those sent over to you. Carry on, sorry.
No, that was it. I just wanted to know if at some point.
This is what Oberon's going to say about this fringe fellow
Yes.
and the pub and the.
We have a lead.
Yay!
OMG, yes!
OMG, yes! Says Crying Zombie, yeah.
Yes, I believe I found us a lead on our quest to find the Stone Lady.
Oh, Mr. Leobrin, that's genuinely fantastic. What is it?
There is. I hope someone wrote it down while I was talking because I didn't want to take my attention away. From the
so
someone fringe with blue and yellow clothes.
Dean Fringe.
Dean Fringe.
We got a description. I didn't get down what it was, but yeah,
Yellow, mustard yellow,
blue and yellow,
trickle in.
and likely to be found at the Trickle Inn. And he saw the statue of Lady Helaine on a cart along with a variety of other trinkets.
Yep.
Scooby-Doo. I'm a scat man.
Did he say what time you usually get the trickle in?
I think the normal people drinking when they're rich time.
Oh, that would be all the time.
Exactly.
Brucon leans in. He's right. That's absolutely the time.
Well, when I was talking to some of the vendors, I heard news of some more unsavoury types meeting at the mill later on this evening. Since the people were following.
Of course,
we
we've
could
been
go
in
to the
this.
trickle first.
We've
So
been in
go
this.
there first.
We've
Let's
been in
do
this
it.
town for all of 5 minutes, and of course, you've managed to ingratiate yourself into the darker elements of society.
Mr. Seth, you were eyeing up the
Does represent character
inn
growth from the
residents
medallion incident.
earlier today, weren't you?
Yes,
You could.
Still
You
angry
could.
about that.
I'm sure you saw someone
I know.
in blue and yellow. It's
Did
a
I
very
actually
significant
see
outfit.
that person? I actually did a perception check and I looked around for him. That's it.
You didn't see
You
it.
remember
I
your
would
really
have
bad
noted
perception
that.
check?
I would have noted if you had seen
No,
it.
that one was okay. It's the one
Okay.
later that was terrible.
Oh, okay.
But no, I didn't see anyone there at the time. But as you were just saying, they also said that if I was looking for some other friends in that line of work to check the temple of the Eight.
Excuse me. What aspersions are you trying to cast on the 8?
I'd say maybe it would be a good idea. You said you
snap.
had to go check there today. There could be someone that could help
Now,
us in
steady
the
on.
savoury line.
I'm aware of Ventrix II. He is a good and honourable man of the cloth, and I will not have you casting aspersions on him based on rumour and hearsay. Not one of the 8.
I actually give you credit for knowing that name. Well, I'd have it again. But it's just what I heard. The best person to tell that to would be someone in the know of the 8.
Well, I believe we should probably pursue Mr. Fringe in
Yes.
the Trickle-In, and if that is of no use, I will personally see these aspersions in the temple.
That's a good point. Let's show back to the
I wasn't after your opinion, Mr. Sepp. I was giving you a plan of action.
Devil's advocate, or Demogorgon's advocate, perhaps. If we don't know what time Master Fringe would be expected to appear at the inn, it seems to me that we ought to have somebody at least observing this meeting that's due to take place, just in case there's useful information to be gained.
Sorry, at the temple or in the inn?
mill.
The mill.
The mill's not. the mill isn't until this evening. I think we're it's only like probably about 4 now, isn't it?
Yeah, about 4. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time. If we head to the inn first, see if we can find him, and then maybe some of us go towards the temple, see if
If we don't,
you
yep.
you need to go anyway, didn't you? Isn't it good to just check in with the temple?
Yes.
Especially with Lady Helaine was part of the church.
Oh, no, she was a visiting delegation from the Crowflies.
Oh,
I know stuff.
no. Good stuff.
Come, are we going to the,
Yep, to the
inn?
So you guys head on back to the Trickle Inn. Know your way back there because it's nice and easy. Come back inside. Slander, I believe you still behind the bar. And that was quick.
Anybody in a mustard yellow?
You're having a look around. Nobody sticks out. No, not that you can see with that particular description.
They
Mr.
would
Leo.
stick out with that particular description.
Exactly.
Mr. Leobrin, what was the name of this person?
I was Mr. Dean Fringe, the courier. Dean Fringe, the courier.
Can we ask the bartender?
Indeed.
No.
Mr. Slander, have you, Mr. Dean Fringe been in at all recently?
You have to come up to the bar. I'm kind of stuck here.
Where am I stood?
Well, you went like that, so I thought you were backing him over.
Okay. Oh, so apologies.
So come here and starts walking forwards.
It's through the bar.
I thought it was more like Mars at one
So
end of the bar.
yes, can I help you?
Mr. Dean Fringe, please. Where is he? Has he been in?
Dean. Oh, yes.
Yellow and blue, the courier. He's come into a lot of money recently.
Yes. Yes, he has been in here last couple of nights. He's been talking about how he just came back from a trip to some manor house. He was given he was asked to deliver some wine to this manor by some knight, and he was splashing the cash then, and then suddenly he said that his luck got even better. It's a group of adventurers who were wandering through the town, bought his ox and cart for a lot more than it was worth.
When was that?
Oh, that was only a couple of days ago.
Yes. Where is he now?
Well, last I saw, he was in here last night. He left quite early. I don't know where he went.
As I said,
He does sometimes have business outside of town. He's a courier normally.
Is the table of Tina and his dwarf friend still there?
Yes, they're still there.
Cool. I'm gonna go over to the table, and as I get towards the table, I'm just gonna put my hands down quite low. I was like, boys, how would you like to actually help save Lady Helena?
What? Would it
So I
be
guess
useful to try for
In
once?
1 hour, we've got a lead.
You mean you found her already?
We found the person who's most likely.
Have you
there.
seen my brother?
No, we haven't seen him.
Oh, Torin, you ninny, where are you?
No response.
That was useful.
Oh,
So I'm gonna say to him.
We must find him at once, and then we can
No,
go and...
sit. Tina, stay. Good dwarf.
You would speak to me as if I were some dog, would
I'm
you, Master
literally
Elf?
about to give you a description of the person who may have information, and you're trying to run away.
The tone you are taking with me is not appreciated.
We're looking for, and I'm going to give the description that we've got of this person. He also sold his ox and cart to what we believe are the people who will be transporting Lady Helaine. So I need all of you to go out through the town, take a look, and see if you can find either this person or the ox and cart. When you find them, come to the Temple of the Eight.
Make a persuasion check. It's not something like themselves.
Fuck. 8, 9, 14.
And a few of them, they're sort of muttering it in Dwarvish, and they look over to. You see a couple of them make eye contact, looking towards, fleeting look. You can look him up and down. I think my fellows here would perhaps be willing to cooperate, but first they believe your friend has a particular item that they would be interested in.
Okay.
The hammer that he has upon him apparently could be some old relic of Fairfan himself.
That's his hammer, not mine. Are you going to go help the lady?
They are saying that they will not help unless they are given that hammer.
Cool, then
I will help you, of course.
Yeah.
Lady Helaine was in my charge. The rest of them I do not know.
No, it's understandable. I mean, I usually hear of this sort of like won't go and help people in need for.
I have already said that I will be looking for her. Of course I can, but I've only just met these men. Well,
I thought
in
they
the
were
last days.
brothers.
My fellow Fairfan followers
Yeah, I thought they were
of the
like-
one true God.
And the one true God which doesn't believe in helping people turn to stone.
That's maybe the case, but as I've said, they will only go with us and obey an elf if they are given that hammer.
No, we understand. We understand. You
So
don't
I'm
care
just
about
telling
them.
you what they were saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
As you can see, they do not want to address you directly.
Why don't you stay with your
Brucom-
fellows?
Brucon, I'm assuming, present for this because
Yes.
we're all together. Brucon sort of steps forward and sort of cuts across him and addresses the group directly in Dwarvish.
Yeah, sure.
Saying, "I'm sorry, I don't see. I must be mishearing things. I couldn't possibly be hearing that a group of dwarfs, on hearing of a helpless lady in distress, would demand bribery in order to offer their assistance. That can't possibly be right."
And they start talking to each other, muttering in Dwarvish. They look up at you, and one of them,
Can I make a guilt trip
one
check?
one cloaked figure comes up to you. So in this burlap robe,
Yeah.
and lays a hand on your shoulder. Are you a follower of the one true God?
I'm not going to say no.
Is this all in Dwarvish still?
Yes.
Yeah, it is him. I'm not going to say no. I'm a member of an order that seeks to stand aside from taking sides. I'm an adherent of the Barkfang Monastery.
Perhaps you can see Fairfan's light for yourself. You will change your mind. Come join us. We will have a meeting at the old brewery.
An interesting
2 days' time.
An interesting offer, but it seems to me we've drifted off the point slightly, which is that
Do this. Perhaps we can help.
at the brewery where they used to make beer
They're the
In the-
same.
in the brewery.
The very same.
You're on. It's a difficult decision,
And then
but I'll make it.
And turns back to the rest of his dwarf kin and says, "You hear that, brothers? We have a new follower of Fairfan."
Is that Dwarvish?
Ah!
Dwarvish or common?
No, that's in Dwarvish still. They exclusively speak in
I
Dwarvish.
turn to Leo.
This is not for you.
I want to insult them again!
Because
I mean, go for it,
I've
man.
been
Yeah.
listening. I just turned to you and said, "Oh, it's a cult! It's a cult! It's a cult! It's a cult!"
It's definitely a cult. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure it's a cult.
And I see them finish
Pulsing
talking.
hard.
As I've seen them finish talking, so I'm going to say to them,
If I know
so
cults,
you
and I know
guys are going
cults.
to be helping us try and find this missing kidnapped woman?
Make a persuasion check. With advantage.
I was gonna say. It was like,
I had my next insult planned. Between 13, 18.
18. And the same figure who went up to Brucon turns to you. And in common, says, right, on this one occasion, we'll help you. Right?
I knew I was speaking to some good men.
Good dwarves.
Good dwarves.
Elf.
I need to know what he looks like later.
Really getting into that rogue vibe.
Your ability to differentiate dwarves, we've already proved, is limited.
that's why he wants to run down. That's an entirely rational response.
That was Jack last week, not me.
Yeah, right.
He's right.
So, who are we looking for then?
Oh,
That's a great question.
I give a description of the statue,
Fringe, yeah.
the Dean Fringe, and the Carton Ox.
Right. Okay. Well, my men
And
will
the Cardinals.
dwarves. My dwarf.
Wait a minute.
kin-
Let me
My
get straight.
Well, sorry.
Double standard for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
My kin.
That's
will
our word. You can't
be
use it.
looking. Perform a perimeter. We'll patrol the streets tonight. See if I can find them.
Sounds good. Thank you for the help.
May Fairfan go with you. Well, obviously not, but may Fairfan go with you. Brother. And they go back and they finish drinking up their drinks and they start heading outside.
Brucon's kind of like thinks about it for a moment and just gives him the old double thumbs up.
Great!
I've got no better response than this one, so yay!
And they all process outside. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to go to Mallow and say maybe we should head to the church just before it gets late, before we go to the mill.
Agreed. Come, is anybody else gonna head that way with me? Or just me and Seth? Mr. Fleeting? Mr. Lilburn?
I'm
Mr.
coming
Brucon?
along. Are we lean into Malon and go, like, when do we try and have an intervention with Mr. Brucon about the?
Oh no, let's see how damaging this is before we he may
His immortal soul, probably fine. It's not going to be a big
I
deal.
assume it's like when
stabbed
you.
yourself in the chest on a
It's
black
true.
obsidian altar in an
It's
underground
true. It's
cave.
true. If Brucon's immortal soul is in peril, there are other more pressing issues. You're
I
absolutely
assume
right.
it's like if you don't think someone's new partner is good enough for them, if you tell them, it just ruins your friendship rather than their relationship.
I mean, yes, exactly.
Honey, you got to leave.
So you
Fairfan's
so you
not
guys
good.
are heading outside?
We'll leave and head towards the Temple of the Eight.
Cool. So as you head outside, you see obviously the dwarves deciding to congregate outside, arranging themselves and deciding which way they're heading. You spot two figures away from them. One dwarf looks laden with armor, a spear and a shield, and you recognise as Turin. Seems to be talking to another figure you recognise who looks like they've just walked in through the gate. A black dragonborn in full plate armour.
Yay.
Hey.
And they both spot you and go over to you. Oh, it is good to see you.
Oh, yes, I was just talking to Tyron here. I've just seen this Giselle Shepherd that you had said was at the inn. It seems that things were much worse than I thought. There is a wolf on the loose.
Is
Plot
that
hook
worse?
after plot hook, thrown at your face.
A whole wolf. Oh no.
A wolf, a one wolf.
I fear it could be a werewolf.
Because I was going to say we have Seth.
He's not a werewolf, is he? And he pulls out the great sword.
No. I know Mr. Seth has proven himself to be quite proficient at slaying errant canines.
I hate to do this, but I could use your help. The farm has many fields that need to be covered, and I need to look for evidence to see. Apparently it's stuck in the night and took care of a lot of the sheep. Would you mind?
Friend.
No.
We are very much on a quest of our own right now, I'm afraid, and it is somewhat, how shall we say, time sensitive.
Right. That is a shame.
Sorry,
I shall look into this as best as I can, but if you could get there with all haste.
Yeah, we're kind of looking for a kidnapped girl that we've chased through a basilisk cave that's being kidnapped by people in armour that they brought here.
Oh, have you found the Lady Helaine?
Oh, no.
No. Well, have we got any closer to finding her, or?
I'm going to say, go speak with your brother. We've given him a description of everyone we're currently looking for someone.
Okay.
Mr. Rexclaw, I'll make you a deal. If you can help us
Rex Swordclaw.
Swordclaw.
Yes, I'm right as well. If you can help us find
Swordland, Rexland.
our charge, we will gladly help you with the wolf.
We're assembling a posse.
The wolf.
This is great.
The wolf won't be out if there's a werewolf. That won't be out till tonight. Is that how werewolves work? Is that a thing?
Well,
have
yeah,
no idea.
Well, yes, usually they come out at night.
Then
But I was hoping to track it down before it's stuck.
Do you know what it looks like before it's a wolf?
No, that information we don't know yet.
So we
But
should
it could
go
be
for
somebody within the town.
So it's someone in the someone.
Someone in town.
You know, I've got a.
That is
I've
a working hypothesis.
I've heard that the werewolf is currently transporting a woman that's a stone statue. There's a good chance.
You have a lead.
Yes.
Right. Well, okay.
Yes, and then when we find the werewolf, we put the lead on the werewolf, and then we.
So we'll find them. We'll kill them with you.
Had to
and
be
then
done.
if it's not them, we'll go kill someone else with you.
This is the most noble endeavor. I will, on the honor of my order, I will assist you in this. Okay.
And if we have to kill everyone in the town, we will.
No matter how many people we need to kill, we will save a couple of them.
By Agraful's beard, it shall be so.
Yeah. And if we have to kill Bantam Quigley to do it, then by God, that's a price we're willing,
Not before
if
tomorrow
not
morning,
eager to pay.
so that he can get the hat.
We need the hat.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no, that's the owl's name.
Squig.
Right.
Yeah,
To the
Squig.
church!
Squeak.
The church. Ah, excellent.
And he comes along with you. So the Temple of the Eight.
Hang on, are we being followed by a black dragonborn, at least 2 dwarves, and maybe all their newfound dwarven friends?
No, the Dwarven friends
Cool,
are
crew.
assembling themselves around the town.
They're
So
more like
going-
the. Have you seen The Fugitive?
Yeah.
You know, when he's like, I want a perimeter of 5 miles. That's the dwarves.
That's the
Yeah.
dwarves, okay.
I was thinking more like Blues Brothers. They were swatting.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That works too. Yeah.
But yeah.
How many cop cars are we going to trash by the end of
Well,
this?
we shall see.
We've got our team.
So
To the church!
So the dwarves aren't with you. It's
Strike
just
there
Rex
first.
Land currently, along with you guys.
Cool, yeah.
So you go into the church. So you.
Can I just double check? I might just be lagging a bit behind. Do we know like the whole? So are we saying that the werewolf is Dean?
No, that
No,
was.
No.
We said it was the people that have taken her just to get him to come.
Oh, is it? Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Arc welding. Love it. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Sorry, I just wasn't entirely
I
sure
totally
if
liked
I
it.
just lost track of where
No,
things had got.
I liked him. I was like, yep, you know the werewolf is?
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy that we want.
Do you know what? Holy shit! I think we figured out. Yeah. No, I love it.
Yeah.
So you start traveling.
Just
All
as
those disparate plot threads.
I
you
put them all
realise-
together.
And you realise that as you start out, you actually don't know where the church is, but Rexland takes the lead. And
Is it not big and pointy?
I was going to say
Do you not
churches
have a many
normally.
big churches?
well, actually, it does come into
I thought
sight
that's how
pretty
it works.
quickly when you hit the market square. Because the temple itself is on the upper end of town, so it's up the hill, and it is one of the 2 grand one of the grand white stone buildings. It's the second largest. You can tell that it's the Temple of the Eight because it has you recognise it has a circular window with 8 points, with
I was going to say, an octagon of some description has to
There has to be an octagon.
I'm just picturing them like having big 8s everywhere, and then like later on for this campaign, we rebrand them the Infinity Churches. It's like,
It's a wheel with 8 segments.
As we're walking up, I will say to the body, now, I, as a representative of the 8, I would very much appreciate it if you were on your best behaviour. Looks at Seth while we are in here. I do not want to be shown up. Okay? Okay?
You're not going to embarrass me in front of my friends.
Sure. That sounds, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Leobrin. That is most reassuring. And we go into the temple.
I'll make my magical cloak really shiny and golden.
Oh, you got a new cloak, Mr. Leobrin?
Why, yes, I have.
I'm observant.
So this building is. It's got that. So it's a circular building for the most part. It's just the frontage that's coming off of it is flat with the circular window and rather large wooden doors with flanked by stone columns.
Yes, Drake. Question from Drake in the chat. Did Bart just refer to merging 2 plot lines together as arc welding? Yes, it did.
I like that.
That's now a thing.
I can't claim credit for it.
So it's kind of in that classical pseudo-Grecian style. Push open the doors and come inside, and the main thing that strikes you upon entering this temple of the 8 isn't the ceiling. It's a very high-ceilinged building, but it's the canal of water that's cut into the floor that seems to be flowing from just below the altar that's raised at one end all the way down to just in front of the double doors where you've entered. It looks about 3 feet deep, so maybe a foot wide. But at the very end of the temple is this huge orange glassed circle, maybe about 6 feet wide in of itself, so that when the light shines through it, it seems as if like it is a glowing sun at the very back of this temple over the waterfall, which you immediately recognise, Malar, as the symbol. The wall and the water in itself make the symbol of spark.
I know that.
Yeah, the spark
I've
being
got all the gods over here.
the
man.
goddess of renewal, spark. You recognise straight away.
Right, as we go in, as we cross the threshold, Malar sort of, I'm just ad-libbing this, crosses himself 8 times.
Alright.
2 squares.
Yeah, it's a square and a
two
cross.
intersecting squares.
Yeah.
Let me just look up my.
Yep.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and oh my
Look
god.
up my.
And at the end, you see a brass dragonborn in these large, flowing, elegant aquamarine robes, who just seems to be placing a symbol of spark onto the altar, and crosses himself, and then turns back to you.
I can't even remember why we're here.
Why, it is good to see you. Come on through
Up with
to
all this right.
the Temple of Spark. I am Ventrix II. How may I be of assistance?
As he speaks, I'm just going to move my cloak aside so that I can bow deeply and just go, we come from
Sure.
Deacon Ballard.
Greetings, Ventrix II. I am Deacon Mal, Shade Creek of the Hammerfern Institute. It is an honor to meet you and,
Oh, Deacon Malar Shade Creek. Is that you?
And you turn, you see a rather large human male with a pear-shaped body, squinting grey-blue eyes, the bulbous nose,
Rocking that dad bod.
bald on top. Oh yeah, very much, with a plaited black ponytail and matching beard, with his blue linen robes, comes up to you, and you recognise this as you don't remember his name, but you remember that this is another man of the cloth that you may have studied with in Hammerfan, but his name escapes you currently. You can make a history check to see if you can remember.
yes, please, that'd be great. That's gonna be something that's not terrible, I hope. Yes, 16.
16.
That is indeed
You remember his name's Brian, but you can't remember his last name.
Oh,
Malar Shade Creek, it has been so long, my friend.
greetings,
What brings you
friends.
here?
Oh, I slap him on the back.
Greetings,
Ho, ho, ho.
Bless
Brian. I see
you
Brian.
fuck.
Yes.
Sorry, microphone.
Sorry, microphone.
I am merely passing through. I am with some travelling companions, and I gesticulate this lot?
Oh, they are most welcome. Sorry, Ventrix, I know you were in the middle of something there. He's a good friend of mine, Deacon Malar Shade Creek.
Greetings.
It is good to see another man of the cloth. Thank you for coming here today.
Thank you for receiving us. We are, well, I must confess, we are searching for something, and you may be able to assist us. We have been told that you may have information, possibly. We are after a charge that I was given to meet has gone missing. A lady from the Crow Flies. Her name is Helaine. Lady Helaine Grenforth. She has been turned into a stone statue by a basilisk, and some people have made off with her. Does this strike any bells?
Oh, no, that is a most egregious business. I'm sorry to hear that. It's not anything I can recall personally, Ventrix. No. No, it's not. It is not something that I have yet to hear about. But if they were to be brought,
briefly.
if they were to be brought here, perhaps I can bring them back and turn them back.
Indeed, but you have
Stone, you say?
Rexland is like suddenly intrigued.
A basilisk, another foul being. I take it that you managed to slay the beast.
As he says that, I'm just gonna be like, quiet. It's dead. It's good.
Okay. Oh,
And I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna point. Sorry. I'm just gonna lead him slightly away.
right.
just out of character, somebody had a lead that led them here. It was you, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was. There was a lot of stuff in that conversation that made not much sense. He said something about the shady, just being shady characters here.
Okay.
When you lead Rexland off to one side, aren't you?
Yes, I was going to leave
Carolyn,
you brief. I can still, I'm far enough to hear, but far enough away to be like.
I'm going to try and move past Brian.
Yep.
Who as I understand it, is between myself and
Ventrix, yeah.
Ventrix. Brian, I must ask you to forgive me. I have some rather private business to attend to with Ventrix over here.
Of course.
But it was awfully good to see you again, friend.
And you as well.
Big clasping.
He clasped your hand, and may the 8 go with you.
And the 8 would be with you.
And he casts guidance on you.
It's what we do.
It's a cleric thing.
It's a cleric thing.
You know, the start of Predator. Dylan, you son of a bitch. It's like that, but you both hit guidance on each other as you do it.
Yeah.
So I move towards Vendrix. I sort of try and just move him away out of earshot of Brian. Is everything quite alright here? One of my colleagues heard a rumour that there were some people of less than ideal reputation around here.
I get this sort of thing all the time. You see, when I am a Dragonborn, I have been used to adversity in my time because I was originally from Rachir.
Is he a Dragonborn?
He's a brass Dragonborn.
He's the brass Dragonborn.
Well, I originally from Rachir, and some people think that because I am Dragonborn, they judge me and think that I could cause some problems. I see these wrongs being taken upon Dragonborn on the daily in this. Sorry.
It's difficult with a deep voice, isn't it?
In this town, and I do what I can to offer shelter to poorly wronged Dragonborn. In fact, there is one. There's one who sometimes. I'd love to see the script animated. Says Jorza. Thank you.
Jorza, hello, Jorza. Another member of Light the
Hey.
Vines. Hot damn.
And I can do what I can to bring some right to those wrongs. There's a young Dragonborn lady you may not have seen in just simple robes. She is homeless. She is not considered worthy of a job, of means, all because they believe that she is a spy from Rachir. And I think that this is a most outrageous wrong. How could you judge somebody based entirely on their race? It's disgusting.
Oh, I am quite in agreement with you there. The
I'm sure
situation
this
is
rumour of wrongdoing is probably down to an inherent phobia of dragonkind.
I I am.
That's your dice
Well,
rolls.
we have our own dragon companion at the moment, Mr. Rexland over there, and yes, he has experienced something similar. But you're not aware of any sort of dealings that may involve a statue of a woman
No,
passing through town?
the only wrongs that I have been bore witness to recently, other than to my own kind, has been we've had a lot of problems recently with those Fairfan cultists. They've been protesting outside the temple. They say that the 8 are not real, that Fairfan is somehow some all-encompassing god. Can you think one god in control of everything? It's outrageous!
Oh, monotheism is a blight on this place that we really have no time to deal with. I would like to just insight check him after I've dropped that sort of you can't help us in any way sort of statement. It's going to be 22.
22. So you can tell that he's earnest in what he says. He says what he feels, and he seems passionately devout to helping those less fortunate, those who've been given a second chance, or that he'd like to give a second chance to, should I say? Particularly Dragonborn.
Sure. Well, I will take my leave and consult with my companions. May the 8 be with you,
And with you, my friend.
indeed. And I depart.
May sparks, waters wash over you all.
May Fester's bountiful harvest feed you for eternity.
Nice. Well vamped.
That was good.
Excellent work.
All right. And Rexland, when he's taken to so Rexland's taken to one side by
May
Seth.
Miyagi's wax buff your car.
He says, and he says to Seth,
Thank you for taking me aside. Sometimes I lose myself. I am only new in my position. I get too excited, some may say. But we are a small order, and discretion and knowing when to speak at the right time is an important quality. If you were interested, or your party, I get to see you in action. Well, I saw you in action against the spiders. If you can do more of this and wish to fight more monsters, I'm sure there will be a place amongst our ranks for one of your kind, at least. Of your party.
Oh, what? Oh, okay.
Yes. I tell you,
So much racism around here, I had to check.
did you do ever invoke the divine in your attacks?
One of our party invokes the 8 in his attacks. Yeah.
He does.
Yes.
Like myself, has he taken an oath?
It's like,
A holy warrior of the 8.
no, I think Mala goes for generally all of them. Like, celebrates all 8.
Well, he's...
I'm sorry.
You slut!
Are you god blocking fleeting right now?
Well, a sword can only be so sharp, unless it has the will of the 8 behind it.
No, I mean, like, as a cleric, he uses his spells more than his mace. He's very, very good for the party.
Oh.
Very helpful.
A cleric, I see. Well, very good. Thank you.
and he goes back to. I will conduct my rituals, and he heads over to the pews. Just goes,
Could I overhear that conversation?
make a perception check.
Oh shit! Gambler.
16.
Yes, you did. So he heads on over and sits down on a pew and starts.
Cool. Which one? Sorry, was that Ventrix?
That was Rex Landswordclaw, the paladin.
Okay. Could I go up to Vexland, please?
You can.
Hello, Vexland. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. What was this oath that you spoke of?
Well, any good servant of the Order of the Broken Fang, or any servant of the Eight themselves, must, at some point or other, a holy warrior must take an oath.
Okay. What if you're not a servant of the Eight?
Well, then you do not need to take the oath. An oath is more to call on the divine powers to aid you in your fight against the unholy.
I wonder if you could help me with a dilemma.
Okay.
I
What's the collective noun?
It's the collective noun for a bunch of gods.
for the past few days or so, I felt this need to unburden myself with some kind of monologue, and unfortunately, I have heard that an oath must be on some kind of holy vow. Due to my background and an unfortunate accident in the desert, I no longer believe in any almighty power or God. Is there any way around this at all?
Please tell me this is loud enough for every priest here to hear.
Well, the gods would not be the gods if they did not test us on some occasions to see if their abilities, to see if we are worthy of their abilities. They sometimes strip us of them. Here, perhaps I can help you with this, my friend. If you wish to have the eight prove their existence to you, to prove undisputably that they are with you to aid you in your quest, then perhaps I can conduct a ceremony. You can take an oath, and with that oath, you will then be able to wield the divine through your weapons, through your strikes, through your very being.
That sounds extremely useful. Could we please do that?
Yes, of course. I will ask Vendrix if we can clear the room.
And with he just goes over to Vendrix and just nods, and they usher everyone to one side and leave a space in front of the altar with the stream just below it.
Do we get to spectate this?
You can spectate. You can sit in the pews and spectate. Yes.
Giant foam fingers.
Okay.
Fleeting number 1!
You can do it. Okay, please. Okay.
What did he do to deserve this extra?
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Oh, no.
It's fleeting. Fleeting look.
Fleeting.
Oh.
Right.
Watch.
If you could kneel before the altar, I will carry out the ceremony.
I just want to make sure I don't get this wrong, because it seems quite important. 1 knee or 2? 2 knees. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And he goes and he disappears off for 1 second. You see
He said with a...
You see a hooded and cloaked dragonborn, just wearing a mottled kind of burlap. Appears holding it appears to be some incense on a chain within a sort of metal container. A censer, exactly. A censer. And hands it over to Rexland. Stands in front of you and starts waving it.
And he says, "Do you, Fleeting, promise to fight the greater evil?
I was wondering where that was going.
Yes.
Do you swear no mercy for the wicked?
I do.
And do you vow restitution, lest your foes wreak ruin upon this world?"
Yes.
Very good. Now I need you to lie in the water.
How deep is this water?
It's about 3 feet deep at its deepest point. So where you are, it's 1.5.
Please be character flaw, can't swim.
I step into the water.
He comes in with you and stands alongside you.
Right. You shall leave this world of fleeting look, wanderer, and turquoise tiefling.
Pushes him into the water.
They're not going to be those anymore.
Pushes you into the water.
No,
And says,
I make this vow in front of the eight, and all those who bear witness, that Fleeting Look will take a vow of enmity. He will swear vengeance against those who upset the eight. Awaken!
and he pulls you out of the water.
I'm your enemy.
You left this world as Fleeting Look Wanderer, Turquoise Tiefling. You awake as Fleeting Look, Paladin of Vengeance and Turquoise Tiefling.
Yes.
Malar starts applauding at this point in time.
You've taken the oath of vengeance.
Thank you.
I believe that was the one
sorry,
you
you
wanted. We saw his thing.
Did I interpret correctly? There was a significant portion of that speech where Fleeting was underwater. Once you're underwater, he says his bit of speech, he pulls you back out.
It's not for him, it's for the god.
Yeah.
The end of the ritual is they cast Remember Fire Center. He died.
Sitting next to you, Seth, is this
Now pronounce you Paladin Oath.
cloaked figure in the burlap.
Definitely married now.
You can see one scaly hand and recognise this is a copper dragonborn.
Okay. So, is it the same from... Okay, can I just look over it? Is it the same one from the carriage that I was originally taking in?
Look over it, you can't see their face. It's obscured by the cloak and the hood.
Just a sec. Good to see you again.
Where is my sword? Where's my horn? I told you not to follow me.
Didn't follow you, just happenstance to see you here. I'm going to take the horn that I've originally had from that, and I'm just going to pass it over, so drop it in a pool.
She hastily takes it and puts it within her cloak.
How did you find me?
Didn't follow you actually. Heard there was someone hanging around the church that could be of use, but didn't know that you was you.
Right. Okay, well, here I am. I appreciate if you don't tell anyone that I'm here.
I'd be very happy to keep that for a small bit of information.
Right, here's what you want.
We're looking for some people that came to town the other day. They would have been bringing a female statue with them. Human?
Yeah.
Human female statue with them. We think they've
Single female lawyer.
acquired a few magical items and a ox and cart to transport her out to the city. I was going to head to a meeting at the mill tonight to see if we can find some more information
A meeting?
of them. But if you know where they are,
I personally did not see this cart or statue, but I'm sure one of my friends, the Moonrunners, may know.
that's a word.
And yes, we meet at the mill. Clearly, somebody likes to talk too much, but evidently they saw that perhaps you are somebody who could assist us in our endeavours.
What is it you need assisting in? Because we're currently assisting a few things.
We are the Moonrunners, if you will. We are
Oh, shit. Sorry, I made a connection between Moonrunners and werewolf.
We are a clandestine group. We mainly deal in smuggling, and we've been helping the effort of helping refugees leave Richia recently. But other than that, we deal in other contraband.
So I assume if you're doing those
Discreetly, of course.
screwdrivers, I'm assuming that's over the mountains?
This
That
is the Rakgaret chapter of the Moonrunners.
That thing that attacked us in the cart
Yes.
on the mountains.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's disrupting your business if that has been seen again.
We haven't seen it since, no. Nor have we seen Royston the Bag since.
The information we had about him, he didn't seem the type that anyone's going to care if he's gone.
In that we can agree.
But yeah, it's curious
So
if
close.
you've seen anything about the. I'm working on it. I can't feel miming. But wanted to know if
That's
there
on the
was-
internet.
Forever on the internet.
Things
That's
you do
means
out of frame versus
How-
things you do in frame.
Someone, Marta, Drake, clip. Make that a clip quick.
Give this.
Timestamp. Get on it.
Give.
We encountered something similar to it on the mountains. Some type of stone guardian projecting something up there. But
It's not something I know much
it
of.
was, unfortunately, like I say, we're on the trail of this and it was quite time sensitive. We've not been back to check, but so there's been no more sightings of that rock thing.
So far, no.
Are you I assume your chapter of the Moonrunners are staying in this town?
This is where we meet, yes. Not all of us are from Hillburg. We cover quite a large area.
And did you... sorry, I can't recall. Did you already say if you knew the location where those people could be?
No.
So, do you think anyone else in your chapter would know?
It's possible, I can certainly ask.
If you could ask, I'll be coming along tonight to see if to see around if there's any information. But if you're able to ask beforehand, we'd be grateful, especially for the return of your horn.
Yes. I'll take the horn now. But she's already taken it. You see it. You don't actually see it happen, but it's in her pocket.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, goodbye.
Go about your business. Don't follow me. And she gets up and
No
she
problem.
goes back to attending to the temple.
So, is the execution finished?
Oh no, you missed it. It was quite a moving moment. Mr. Fleeting, look, here is sworn oath of vengeance.
That's a lie.
In front of the 8. Mr. Fleeting, how do you feel? What brought this on?
Soggy but enlightened. I just needed something to.
That's his
Swear vengeance
on the Manylands page.
Yeah.
Soggy but enlightened.
Character summary.
I feel changed, but I do feel also a little embarrassed. What is this place?
So, what's going on here?
It's the 8, the temple to the 8.
The 8.
It's the religion I am a member of and have been courting for a while now in your presence.
Okay.
I hold up my hand. Fester, have you not been listening to?
Yeah, I'm just all a little confused. People seem to talk about these people with great reverence, and like they were talking about this fair fan, and there was his hammer, and I've got his hammer, obviously. Do I need to return it to him, or?
Religion overload.
Mr. Fleeting, they're not people, they're gods.
Okay.
You know?
Have you met any of them?
You don't really meet gods.
Okay.
But you're aware of them.
Because when I was in the woods, this guy I found this guy just sitting on a rock, and he said his name was Omenak. Is that one of the Keith? His friends called him, and we had a chat, and he told me about this fair fan.
Also, sorry, just to click this face right now. This face right here. Screen grab that.
After the blowjob gif.
And I thought we were going to connect because he lives in the trees. When we got to talking and I said, "Where are you from?" he just pointed up.
Well,
So,
Mr.
I
Fleeting,
assume
Omenak
this way.
appeared to you.
Sorry, Keith. Yes.
Malar staggers back into a pew and just sits down.
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
What was it?
Insight check.
What was? Yes, I will.
In character, in
20.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. Or he thinks he's telling the truth. Anyway.
But Mr. Fleeting, Nominac is one of the 8. He is what was he like? How tall was he? Was it glowing or was it quite mundane?
Yeah, so it was quite a dark forest, and he was sitting on this rock, and really coincidentally, this beam of light was breaking through the canopy just where he was sitting.
Mr. Fleeting, oh my goodness, and Malar just fully reclines into the pew now. He's just, and the trunk's up and it's waving around his...
This is bullshit.
Is everything okay, Malar? Brian waddles over.
This tiefling he's met one of the 8. In person, apparently.
No, I am not Festir. I only have the...
No!
By the way, I like to imagine that while all this is going on, Leobrin and Brucon are just sort of like leaning back and sharing like a bag of nuts or something, and just kind of like, this is fun, isn't it? This is really good.
I'm showing off the fact that I can change the appearance of my cape.
Nice.
And I've got
Sick.
now it's a picture of Fleeting being baptised, being held under the water by the priest.
Like on the back, it'll be like fleeting, like as an angelic being, just...
Jowser has actually clipped, I think, probably that moment we were talking about.
Oh
It's gone in
no!
the chat. Anyway, back in the moment.
Oh!
Square, triangular, plumber, tiny face.
Yeah. Twitch TV URLs are as weird as
Stagger up and I sort of come over and grab you.
Squelch.
Mr. Leobrin, Mr. Fleeting, goodness, this is, come, we must retire and you must tell me everything. Are you done here? Are we done here? Seth,
Yes,
what are you doing?
the ceremony has finished.
We're
Come,
good.
let us, drinks, come, and I'm ushering Fleeting out back to the pub.
I look sheepishly over my shoulder at Seth
No.
and just say, it's fine. It's fine. It's the, yeah. And carry on.
So you get back to the Trickle Inn.
I buy a round of drinks for everyone.
Hey.
Did we go as a group or one by one?
What's the time?
As a group.
Okay.
Now it's approaching sort of 6 o'clock.
Unless someone wants to.
Time to go kill a werewolf.
Well, hang on, but we said.
Well, as you enter the inn, you buy a round of drinks, and it's not long before Tina and Turin come and join you. And Turin, very excitedly and animated, so he bangs his spear against the table and says, "Well, you've got to come with me. I heard that you were looking for someone, and apparently they were spotted going into Half-Light Forest not so long ago."
You heard that from us.
Yes, apparently he went into the forest. I heard from somebody else. It was when I was making my inquiries around town. Apparently this Dean went into Half-Light Forest last was seen.
Really gonna make us kill that werewolf.
Oh, come.
That sounds excellent. How long ago was this?
Well, they said that last they saw him, so I guess it could have been today, it could have been yesterday.
Or 3 weeks ago?
No, they said it was recently.
Okay.
It was within the last day, I'm sure.
This isn't much to go on. Let's go.
Yes, we
This
go.
is a frankly insufficient clue. Let's ride.
So 5 of you going.
Yep.
Sure.
Odds are half paladin guy things.
Oh, Rexline.
Yeah.
Rexline, yeah, he'll come with you. Want him to come, yeah, that's fine.
Fuck you, I guess.
At some point.
No,
That's where they are.
no regaling anecdotes about how cool Almanac is for Mallard
I'm
at
assuming
night.
there was a chat there at some point, but I wasn't getting too
I mean,
much.
I'm loving that.
this is pretty quick. So you may have to come back to that conversation for another session, because I'm aware that you might want to get some combat in today. So
Yeah,
That's right.
so I'm like, let's get you to that bit.
It's almost like there was a lot of
Can we
shopping.
do this?
There was quite a bit of shopping.
No shit.
Yeah, I think we can do this.
Okay.
With a fucking paladin oath of vengeance, we can.
How long do we have you?
I would like to be gone. We got a while yet.
Okay, cool.
Let's go.
Let's ride.
Okay, so
And by ride I mean run, because we have one horse. Let's jog.
so you run out the main gate. Otto lets you guys through, and then immediately in front of you, the one thing that you didn't notice, on the opposite side of the road to the main gate, you can see this small wooden building and a load of logs, and it's a buzz of activity. There's at least 3 or 4 figures who are going around. Some are chopping wood, others are hefting logs over to like another outer building with a large vertical saw in the middle of it. Basically, it's a lumber yard, is what you're seeing in front of you, and also there's various saplings that appear to have been planted to one side of the lumber yard as well, in ascending order.
Half-light forest.
Half-light forest, yes.
That's the main. That's the only forest we've been to so far. Same.
I didn't get the name of it.
And Rexland points across and goes,
Well, if you want to get into the forest, I guess that's there in front of you. And
behind the lumber yard is the trees of Half-light forest.
Sorry, I've just realised what you were saying now. Were you saying it was the forest we'd been in before?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I completely misinterpreted what you were saying.
We've pretty much just gone around
Gotcha.
the forest so far. We've literally started there. We've literally just walked around this forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a base?
Let's go. Let's go into the forest. We're into the forest.
Into the forest we must go. Okay, so you start heading into the forest, like straight away. Can I have a marching order, please?
I think we established that Brucon is
I don't know how much.
pretty much the party.
So are you at the front, are you?
So Brucon, yeah, like Brucon at the front.
So in which case,
Certainly, if giant spiders are a thing again, then Brucon's
can
definitely
you make a survival check? Because you're looking to try and find drinks.
Yeah, hang on a
Can
second.
I throw a guidance at him for this?
Yeah, I'll say you plan that.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay, that's
I'll be up adjacent to you then.
extremely useful
Give
because
your hand a
I
rest.
don't
and-
think survival is one of my things. It's not bad. Monk, wisdom. Right, so guidance D4, yes?
Yeah.
5 times level.
Okay, so this plus 3. So for what? So let's do that.
I wanted to before we got to combat,
Okay,
because
so
when
that's
you
17
Oh, you actually got to-
on the survival check.
17.
When you
Okay,
get
so
How much would you like?
you start
whatever you-
pushing through the flora, looking for some tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sorry.
pushing away some branches, you start getting a few scuff marks, and you think, oh, this could possibly be a track, and you start heading down it, leading everyone else with you. And then you get deep enough into the forest that you then can't see the way back out again, and then it dawns on you. You don't tell the others this at this time, but you realise that you've lost the tracks and you don't know where you are. But you know you're thick in the forest currently. Ahead of you, you can see a clearing, and the only natural light seems to be descending onto this clearing. The rest of it seems to be cut out by the canopy above you.
Brucon leans towards Malar and goes, "Remind me, we never did get that purple rock, did we?"
Oh, no, but it really wasn't much use.
Okay. Anyway, there's a clearing up ahead. Everyone, hold on. And Brucon calls a halt and explains that. Sorry, my voice is going.
Brucon calls the party to a halt.
No, Brucon calls everyone to a halt and says there's a clearing up ahead. We should move quietly and try to spread out a bit and see if we can if there is anyone in there. We'll see if we can take the bus right.
Can you make a perception check as you're at the front?
Yes. Do I still get guidance?
You only get it for the once.
It's just the once.
Yeah.
Perception. You said, Jack?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's a 7.
A 7. Okay. In the clearing, the one thing that you can see that stands out is a bundle of brightly coloured clothes.
Would those clothes be? Can I just see the colour of these clothes?
You can see a mustard yellow.
A mustard yellow. Okay.
Make a stealth check.
Not red and
Yeah. So if you're going to move up, you can make a stealth check. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and hide
In the tree line.
and such. That's a 10, so it's 18.
18. Okay. To one side, into the foliage. You think you're pretty well obscured in
I'm
there.
going to draw 2 daggers.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Malar would like to approach the figure slumped in the middle of the clearing.
It's just a bundle of clothes, but yes.
Oh, I'd like to go up to that and just sort of poke it with my quarterstaff.
Brucon's going to follow with him, but he's going to attempt. He's not been good at these, but he's going to attempt a stealth check, so to avoid
Sure.
being super obvious about it. Because that's how tanks work, kids.
I use
By
stealth
being
check.
invisible. That's actually not bad. 16.
16. Alright.
I am the knight.
He's a werewolf.
Unfortunately, your locksmith
At
companion
least
isn't
the dusk.
stealthing. He just walks straight up, but you can push yourself to one side, and
Yeah, yeah.
you get your Neris's
Yeah.
quarterstaff that she gave you. Push through the clothes. Various elegant silk garments, including a blue cloak, velvet cloak, some trousers, and so on. As you're pushing through it, you hear a wolf howl.
I thought you said wolf owl for a moment.
Followed by
It's like the owl bear.
and
now we've got the
it
wolf
is
owl.
met by 3 or 4 other howls,
Yeah.
and
No, wait, hang on, what? 3 or 4 other howls.
and then within that moment, padding through towards the clearing, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and more. Just wolves start padding into the area, and
Quick
they stop
question.
on the edge of the clearing. Looking at you all.
What's the prevailing wind direction? / what ability check would I need in order to? Never mind. Actually, that's for Brucon. That's meta, so don't worry about it.
Okay. They start growling at Malar in the centre of this clearing, and then 2 in the centre part from behind them. Another wolf, this one twice the size of the others, pads through, walks straight up to you. And
To Malar.
To Malar, and starts growling.
Malar slowly starts to back off, very non-threatening. Very non-threatening.
Animal handling check.
With my dagger, can I, if it goes to attacking, can I throw a dagger?
Yeah.
Like if
You
it
can ready a dagger, yeah,
so
sure.
basically if it actually attacks
It's
him,
you're gonna have disadvantage from where you are because you're a bit out of the way. You're not in the clearing.
Okay.
So it's your long range with your dagger.
9.
You need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, hell.
What about the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Break the habit of a lifetime, eh?
Because I'm hidden, do I get advantage which cancels out with the disadvantage?
Not on your...
Disadvantage?
No, you wouldn't get advantage on your initiative, would you?
No, for attacking. For the
Oh,
first
right.
attack.
Why would you have disadvantage?
I see.
Range.
Yes, you would. That would cancel out. Yeah.
Oh, right, because you're in...
Back in the bushes.
Okay, so...
I am the best dex build damage dealing character.
I would question that. Having played with a lethal fighter with a dex build that is horrifying.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I was being
Yeah.
sarcastic just
Oh,
now.
right.
Mage.
I did not roll...
I don't do that.
I
yes.
did not
You
roll
turn
good on my
to-
initiative roll at all.
I think it's map 2.
It means it was probably going to be map 5.
No.
given the last 2 times we've done this. It's blank.
No, actually turn it to 5. Because...
Why break the habit?
hang on a minute.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not 5.
So-
Still not 5. 3, 2.
God. 4. One of them. It doesn't really matter.
Let's go
which
from
one you
this
pick,
end
though.
and just go through them.
Doesn't really matter which one.
That
you
one?
pick. Yeah, that'll do.
That's good.
Oh my god!
What? Wow.
Get the...
My first Lego map has been created.
No one touched it.
Where are we?
Okay, so Mallow, you're in the centre of there.
Are you seeing this shit?
Yep, made
Oh my
it
God.
this evening. Sorry.
Fuck yeah.
Where everybody else is.
I don't know.
Have we come
I'm
through or have we come
I said,
through?
where would you have come from?
I assume we've come
You probably turn the other way round, and because the
Okay,
and
cool.
so
So
the
we've
others
come-
are behind you. Where
We've
the
come
camera
from
is.
the camera, okay.
Okay.
So,
I'm
yeah.
going to say Brufon's sort of there.
Oh, guys, come on. You
No,
really let me run that
I'm
far
not
ahead?
putting it there. I don't know where I am though. So I'm hidden somewhere.
I'm definitely there.
How close are people getting?
This is awesome, but I see a problem.
Yes, I see it
Yes. Yeah.
Squares.
Yeah. Yeah.
too. So,
Well, because it's on top of the other map, it should help with working out squares
up to a
to a
point.
point. That's a
So-
direwolf, the leader.
Yeah. What I'm going to
And those
suggest
are the others.
Shit.
is
bed.
investing in some string.
That's a lot of puppies.
Oh, this is.
Yes.
And then just
needs to be a quick
straight-
combat
Yeah,
encounter.
that's a,
String it across and then boom.
Cool.
that's a very good
Cool.
You've
idea.
got grids.
Let's quick massacre.
Oh,
Like
fucking
Lego
hell,
is Patrick.
Really? I think I found the second problem.
Mm-hmm.
Getting in amongst the fucking trees
Yeah.
to do anything.
Where, Jack? Can you also place them? Where are they? All around
So
there?
the most of the wolves are within the trees like that. Not in the trees, obviously, but within the tree line. The rest of you are back here. So he hid, you hid, so you're over there.
Yes, that's really close.
The rest of you are kind of a bit further back, so I don't think you said about going forward. There we go. Okay, little interlude over. So, in terms of combat stuff. Okay, so did
Fucking French
I mean-
bulldog.
anyone get 20 or above?
That'd be a no.
No.
Sorry,
Okie dokie. Anyone 20 to 15?
I only got 19. So
19. You're still top of the order.
I've got 19 as well.
Oh, we need to roll off.
Oh, that's fun for life.
We need to roll off. 18.
4.
So I've got
Seth, then fleeting.
Same initiative and everything.
Okay, anyone else in the down to 15? Anyone? No. Okay, me on 16. Okay, 15 to 10. Oh wow, 10 to 5.
okay, team.
I rolled 5.
9.
9,
Oh, wait, no. Yes. 9 plus 2. 11. But that's
11.
still the same position in the order.
11. The Oberon. What'd you get?
5.
5. What'd you get?
3.
3. I forgot.
Oh, come on.
Whoops. I think it's terrible as well. 0. Rexland.
Zip.
Yep. And
There's a negative dex. Jolly good.
wolves.
And you know what?
2.
By the way,
Sheer volume of
three.
For the
these
viewers at
wolves.
home,
4 for wolves.
Oh,
Whoops.
like, give the isometric.
no, that's not. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, sure. But also,
3.
we are squaring off against
1,
Some of the most
2,
goddamn adorable
3,
werewolves.
4, 5, 6,
History.
7. We've only got
Of
7
lycanthropy.
Are they all werewolves though? Because there was
wolf,
one
sorry,
huge
yes.
one and
Well,
one.
that's a direwolf, so.
Oh, is it normal wolves?
Can I just
Yeah.
say, Marta, of all the weeks to not be here, potentially this is the worst one.
It's true.
She's in one where she could have lit the woods on fire and everything around them.
Yeah.
Fucking
hey.
just go nuts.
Marta could have burned everything.
So, top of the round is
Burn
going to
that
be
shit to the
Mr.
ground.
Seth.
Yep.
Marta wouldn't take dog
Cool.
killing away from me.
So I'm going to come out from where I am. I'm not going to throw one of the daggers. So I'm going to come
Demarcation, mate.
out this first dog. So from this position it'd be 5, 10. I'm going to use just 10 feet of movement. And yeah, I'm going to go to attack.
Okay, make an attack roll.
7 plus 6. 13.
13 misses, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah. You
go
went for the big one, aren't you?
No,
No,
no.
little tiny.
Oh, sorry.
This is the third problem we've noticed with this. You can't see anything, Jack.
It's a dog, so it's one of the dog ones, not the Ewoks.
Okay, let me just double check. That's exactly a hit, 13.
Oh, okay.
Right, fuck it up.
How come are you getting sneak attack damage on this?
Yeah.
Swashbuckler.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right.
I know.
So
That's how I feel.
let's create a
50
class
damage.
of rogue and fill it
Cut
with
its throat, you
bullshit.
slay it.
Then create an
One dog
archetype
down, you're welcome,
that
drop.
lets them just go.
Oh yes, it's dogs.
Hound
We're killing
Bane.
dogs again.
And
Houndbane's
with
back.
that, I'm going to move behind this tree. I know it's probably literally going to come for me straight away, but I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay, so just roll a stealth check to hide. Okay, next will be Fleeting. Fleeting Look.
I can get to.
Stealth, did you say?
Stealth, yeah.
17.
17, okay, good to know.
I get hit.
Yeah, you can get up to that one, yeah.
Cool.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
18 die.
Can I cast a bonus action before a normal action?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, you
I will cast Hunter's Mark then in that case.
Yes.
Now that I can.
Yes.
Yes.
You did it right.
Yay.
And I will attack. You haven't seen my roll yet.
I was going to say,
It's going to be shit.
Full attack.
do you have inspiration?
8.
Plus.
See.
Yes, do you have
No.
inspiration?
Oh.
No,
Plus 4.
But 12 is unfortunately miss.
Yeah,
So
it's 8.
but no.
Yeah, but it was for you,
What he
so-
rolled.
No.
Oh, I see.
Four
That was
plus
optimistic.
4.
It's
What he
still a
rolled
miss.
was a
So that's your attack and your bonus action. So next is the direwolf in the centre, the leader. They're obviously going to make an attack.
No chance he's gonna run
With his
away.
mate next to him, he gets advantage. Pack tactics. Does a 19 hit.
Yeah.
19. With that, he manages to get past your shield and bites into your flesh. You take 10 points of piercing damage, and you need to make a strength saving throw.
Right row.
5.
You are not prone as well as it gores into you,
Help
rips
me,
into
healer.
you. That's its turn, Leobrin.
Yeah. Leobrin yells, points off towards the sort of little pointy tree, and is going to drop a shatter on. I think I can hit those 3 smaller ones. Can I hit those 3?
1,
3 small.
2,
What's the
3,
radius?
10-foot radius, you can get them. Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I just don't want to get Mela.
Drop that napalm on them.
Drop the shatter. It's a Constitution saving
Yep.
throw.
There's 3 of them, so I'll make 3 concert, or try to make 3 concert.
There was a time for a dog-related fate.
Nice.
Okay, one got 18 on the dice, so that's going to be a success. Second got 13 on the dice, so that would be 14 altogether.
Success.
And the final one, critical failed.
Yay. So fail is 17 thunder damage.
That one is slain.
This one just.
Yeah.
Straight out. Just bursts.
They don't have the most
Explode
hit
a dog.
points.
And then the other 2 get half that.
So
eight.
that's 8, so they're still up.
Yo.
Oh, you didn't your dice don't half-ass anything.
You
So
fucking
1,
in-
2 8s.
Yeah.
Burst one of the wolves.
Yeah.
Max.
Just pop a dog.
Yeah.
And a forceful wind kind of pushes out as well, so that dog would have been scattered to the wind as well.
Did you just Thanos click a wool? Just snapped a wool.
Yeah,
Brucon,
I did that
it's your turn.
Oh damn! Damn. Right, the party's healer is in need of assistance. Now I'm going to have to abstract a bit. So if we say, so that'd be 1. God. Are we worried about the trees for?
No, the stump you can go over. That's
Cool.
fine.
Okay, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Brucon's going to pitch you up with. Ah! Look out! You've been knocked down and are about to be consumed by deadly wolves.
I noticed, thank you.
You don't pay me for my observation, you pay me for my
Legolas
kung fu
levels.
treachery.
Legolas levels of obvious.
Fiendish
so
Dr. Wu.
So you're making an attack?
I'm making several attacks. Brucon
on
is...
the leader or on the direwolf
Well,
or on the other one?
funny story about that. Brucon's going to pop his Flurry of Blows ability, and he's going to roll 2 attacks, 1 short sword, 1 unarmed against the direwolf, and 1 unarmed attack against the regular wolf.
As you pop the flurry of blows,
We're getting better and better at that.
This guy knows it. Yes.
okay, ready. First attack, go.
Right, so 2 attacks against the direwolf. Blue is the short sword. So that's a pretty poor roll. That's a 13 and a
Misses.
10.
Both miss,
So
unfortunately.
both miss.
The 13 you kind of connect with your fist, but it moves and you don't get any purchase.
And then the other roll against the regular. 22.
That'll do.
So
Damage it.
this plus 3, 7 damage.
With that, you break its nose and it crumples to the floor, dead.
Sick. Right now,
Straight up to the cranium.
Flurry of Blows gives Brucon an extra 10 feet of movement, and he'd only
Yes.
used 4 of his 7. So he's now going to.
Gonna
And he
leap
gets the and he gets the benefit of disengage
Yeah.
because he's now kind of going whoop and then doing the kind of weird drunken kung fu master walk. So what he's going to do is,
So he backs off.
no. You've been doing your research, haven't you?
Yeah,
I love it.
I've got a few.
Right. Anyway, so what he's going to do is going to set himself up to flank the direwolf with Malar.
Aha, yes, good call, good call.
Or, as the mighty Jingles might put it, surprise butt sex, but anyway.
And on that bombshell,
We call this a Sylvanian spit roast.
it's now the wolves' turn. So the 2 that are left.
I regret everything. I regret every decision that brought me to this point.
two.
I feel like Sylvanian
So the
families do
2
not
on the
sponsor
left
this
are
content.
going for Brucon. There's 2 on that side. Sorry, the 2 on the right are going to go for. The one at the back's going for Brucon. The one on the left's going for Brucon.
Bring it on.
The other one, the Chewy, is going to go for our downed Malar. So they see you flanking, they're like, no, don't kill our leader, and go for you. They have advantage because they're both attacking you.
Yeah.
They've got flanking.
Yeah. Pack tactics, but
Pow pow! Pack tactics. Pow pow.
tactics.
Pack tic tacs. First one, 19 on the dice, that'll hit,
Yeah.
and the other one, 19 on the dice will hit.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would hit. So let me just roll damage for you.
5 out of 7.
And in there was you or something like that.
One day we'll get in a fight with something that has ranged attacks, and I'll get to use the other ability I got at level 3. But it's not this day.
One day we'll
It
fight.
is not this day.
One day we will fight.
You take 5 damage from the first one as it bites into you, and you need to make a strength saving throw. And the
It's not great. 9.
9, you go prone.
Uh-huh.
The second one also bites into you, and you take 9 points of piercing damage, but you're already down, so you
Yeah.
don't need to make that again. The third and final one is going to go for Malar.
Yeah, okay.
17 on the dice, so that's going to be 21 to hit, so that'll hit. This time, going for jugular. But only does 5 points of piercing damage as it bites into your trunk.
Wow! Dick.
Yeah, dick move.
I chose the
from wolf
jugular.
there.
This choice was poor.
Okay, next, Malar.
Gonna stand up.
I'm down, so I'm not giving you flanking.
Okay, I'm going to hit the smaller one then because it's a numbers game at this point.
Yep.
I'm going to whack it with a stick. That's gonna be pretty good actually. It's gonna be 22.
Hits.
Dang.
Roll for damage.
Countdown.
Yeah. Down.
He's
Down.
Oh,
He's prone. He's not.
okay.
No, I'm not unconscious.
Sorry.
Oh no, sorry, that should be a D6.
I'm not even bloodied yet, by the way.
Oh, cool.
It's 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
5 points of
I thought that
bludgeoning
had to be a bit
damage.
quick for you. I was like, how?
Whacking it between the eyes with the quarterstaff. It's still up.
Yep. I'm gonna remain where I am. I feel pretty good with my new buddy, who's a paladin of vengeance, almanac and all that good stuff. So, but I'm not beside me. I look at you and I give you a knowing nod, and you just, well, I guess you just do this.
Look blankly.
Blankly and pupillously at you. It's okay. That's your turn.
It's true. Just tieflings can look blank like nobody's business.
Next is
You
Rex.
thought
Rexland
Fremen
Swordclaw.
were inscrutable. You
Pulls
ain't
out his
seen
long
nothing.
sword, his great sword. He's going to charge into the fray at the direwolf
How
if he
many-
can reach it. He's got
1,
30 feet
2,
movement.
3, 4.
I think he can just about reach next to
5,
you. So that would be
6.
yes.
That'll do. Yeah,
That'll
look,
do. He can get
he's
them
totally
there.
in there.
Never mind string. Who needs it?
Screw the string. And he's going to throw in an attack. And
Natural.
okay, 16 on the dice. That's definitely going to hit. And he threw in a thunderous smite as he did so as well.
Combat jack.
That's extra damage. So, oh, more d12. More d3.
Yeah, Jack, be like this right now.
Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!
Stop hitting myself.
So, kaboom! 6 points.
Shashabui.
6 points of thunder damage to the old direwolf, plus another 12 points of slashing damage with the greatsword. He's going to, which means a grand total of 18 damage to the direwolf.
Damn. Please kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
Strength saving throw.
Kill it.
For the thunderous, yes he does. Yes he does. Good call. Strength saving throw.
Ex-paladin,
5. He failed as well, so he gets pushed back 10 feet.
yeah. And prone.
And prone, which means he goes back into he lands on top of Brucon.
Yeah. Just,
Just a Gimli.
I'm just going to kind of put it down next to
yeah.
him.
Precisely.
That moment.
And that was a not a direwolf. It was a warg. Yeah.
It was.
Which is basically the Tolkien equivalent of a direwolf.
And okay, so that's his turn. Top of the order, Seth.
Cool.
Kill things.
Yes. Can I move over it?
Yes, we've just
Yes, you can.
Cool. So I'm going to drop my knives.
That log is it would be difficult terrain to climb over it.
So an extra square.
Okay. So I'm going to drop my knives and draw my rapier out.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action to extra movement to get next to the direwolf.
Sure.
I
Okay.
don't think you need to be fair.
Can I get it from here?
I think you can stand.
I think you can get it on top of the log and get it.
Yeah,
So-
the movement to get you into the space with the log would
Stay. And
Yes.
it's
I'll
prone,
get it,
so I
I'll
get
get it.
advantage. So
Yeah.
You do your action. I'll take care of this.
Go.
hang on. Definitely got it. You got it?
Hit them angles.
17.
You're gonna have to angle it.
17
Right,
hits.
you are
Roll
aware of that.
damage.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just can't get the fuck up.
7.
This is a mangled bit of bloody Lego. That's why.
No, the problem is.
18 damage.
Barrage falls off. 18 damage.
Stop. I'll move away. I promise. I'll make it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah,
you do,
cool.
you do the thing.
Standing there. Fuck you.
Also,
Cool. I do 18 damage to the
second kill.
Direwolf, yeah.
direwolf.
Yep. It's looking extremely bloody.
Good.
Then
kill it now.
Brucon looks around.
If you're offering to help me, I'm totally cool with it.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on.
Yeah. Cool. Fuck it. I'll stay there.
Cool.
No, I'm gonna move slightly to
Whatever.
here.
Fleeting.
That's it.
Whoever's next, go.
Do it.
Legion of go.
I'd have a dog. And a miss. There you go. Let's go.
Oh no. Okay. Direwolf is going to stand up.
Ah, son of a
he's
bitch.
Up. He's up. What's he doing?
He's going to go for Brucon, who's down on the ground. Opportunity, you know.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely. what would happen?
18 on the dice is going to hit. So you take 6. Hang on. 9 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
And you are just being mauled while on the floor.
Standard action to consume a healing potion. Could it do?
Yes, that's an action. It's Leobrin's turn.
This seems
Your next turn.
busy.
Some heals would be great.
Can I even see the big old direwolf from here? Is it looking healthy?
It's looking pretty bad.
No, it's definitely
looking
From what you
bad.
can see, it seems to be staggering.
We're just gonna
balls
try and stop as much of whatever's going on here as possible. Everyone starts muttering some things. You smell lavender in the area, and sounds of lullabies. He casts sleep.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, man. Okay.
Excellent. So that's 5d8.
That is 78.
Oh, you got. Oh, because of course, second level casting. Yeah.
So where are we going? What do you do for plus 6?
Would hold person really have been that difficult?
It's not a
Anyway.
person. It's not a person.
Oh no, you're right. Yes, it would have been so difficult, in fact, as to be impossible.
6, that's a 12, then 20, 15, 28 plus 29. 29 hit points, starting with the lowest.
29 hit points. The direwolf goes down immediately
Was that the lowest?
at 1.
Yep. So how are you
It's
splitting
asleep.
those up
The
to
28.
Chewbacca's asleep as well,
Yep.
because he only had 6 left.
Sure.
Felt
5
like
minutes
I'm gonna
left.
shoot myself for
Yeah, so
asking
that's
this.
22 hit points
22
left.
still to go.
Allies excluded.
Not him, he's undamaged, but the other one I think also will go down because he's taken 3 damage.
Our allies
So
excluded.
19
from
left.
this
No, they're not.
No,
So do
So
we
he's 3 out of
go
11.
down?
probably.
Well,
That's what we're figuring out.
So 8. So he took. So that was 8 points for him to make
Yeah.
him unconscious. That one has 11 at full.
So that was if it was 8, so there's 14 left.
So yeah, you get all
Because
of
it was
them.
22.
Everyone, all of them go unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And how
but-
much is left?
But
3. 3 left.
but people, that guy's on 11.
Yeah.
Are you guys below or above 11?
I've got 15.
In remaining hit points.
Yeah.
Below.
You're below 11,
I'm
so it'd
not.
actually be you who'd go down then, not the wolf.
So there's
So
one
it's
dog.
one wolf, you're asleep, and 3
Big
out
pile of
of
sleeping people.
the dire wolf and 2 of the wolves are asleep.
No,
One
it's-
wolf is
it's
still
fine.
up.
Everything
This one
attacking
is
you is
the
asleep.
only one up.
Brucon,
So 3 dogs
Brucon's
asleep.
turn and Brucon's
Yeah.
asleep.
And Brucon.
So 3 dogs and a brute.
So that's your turn.
Yep.
So
This is funny story. This is the second time this has happened to me as a result of a friendly sleep spell.
and with that, seeing its comrades are now asleep or seemingly out of the action, that one, make a morale check. Oh, 15 on the dice, he'll succeed. He's going to go for you. Well, save our leader. Oh, 2 7s, would you believe, with advantage. So that's... Oh, it's not advantage.
Who's the you?
With the wolf.
No, but who's it attacking?
You.
Me. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. He does have an
It
advantage.
does have advantage,
Because I'm
yes, so I
asleep.
was right. So 2
But you rolled 2
sevens,
sevens.
which is not going to hit,
No.
because it's
Not
11.
unless it gets a +9 bonus.
Just trying to get through your clothes and it just can't. And that's its turn. Mala.
Right, bonus
Fucking,
action.
we got rid of the party member that has mending. This is a disaster.
Bonus action. Bonus action on you for-
What are you giving me?
That's
What do you got for me,
gonna
big guy?
That's going to be 7. That's another 3. You get 10 points of healing.
I'll take that.
And then I would like to clamber up as best I can over the bodies of this and whack this thing with my stick.
Whack the one remaining
Actually,
guy.
no. Has that taken any damage? No. No, then fuck it, I'm not going to move.
Finish
I'm
the
going
dog.
to toll the dead, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that works too.
DC 13.
On which one?
From
This
the one-
guy at the back.
Oh, him. Okay.
The untouched one.
Wisdom saving throw, natural 20.
There.
Jesus Christ.
Job done.
Good.
Okay.
It's Rex's.
Rex that.
Oh, no, fear not, Mr. Shade Creek. I shall destroy this abomination.
He charges forwards.
Oh shit.
Whatever.
Yeah, no,
just-
okay,
just-
fine.
whatever. Go with it.
This
charges for
abomination of a
fucking
tree.
Fuck this tree.
Swings his sword.
Wait, I'm a dwarf. I'm the one who's supposed to be like.
9 on the dice. But that means
Fundamentally
15, which will hit.
He's attacking the awake.
He's attacking the awake one, yes. Yes.
I cast a spell.
Do you think you'd pump a little smite in there as well? Yeah. Extra 2
It doesn't seem to me like someone who
Yes.
kind of hoards that shit.
Yeah, I'm just going to pump in some more, pump in a smite onto that, a divine smite.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, 5 points of radiant damage along with another 8, 13, 14. Yeah, a lot of yeah, it kills it.
Good.
The dog pops.
Superb.
It cleaves its head off with one elaborate swing of the sword. It's dead. Okay, so all of active combatants, foes are dispatched. There are 3 that are asleep. Combat for now is
Mr.
over.
Seth, I believe this is your department.
I don't recall this being a thing.
So you're taking care. So there's 3 of them left. What are you doing?
We follow this up next week, maybe?
Yeah.
Please.
So with that, with 3 wolves and a direwolf, 2 wolves and a direwolf asleep in the forest, a pile of clothes before your feet, Malar. There's something shiny within this bundle of clothes, and you go to pick it up. But what is it? We'll find out next week.
Thanks, guys.
Fucking medallion.
See you later.
Thank you all, guys, for tuning in. So I'll be back on Friday with another campaign diary to wrap up, talk about what's been going on this week. These guys will all be back on Monday to pick up exactly from this point. That's at 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, because the clock's gone back now. On Monday here on the channel. Until then, thank you very much for tuning in. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. And to all of you, stay safe.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye.